Nice.
Hey, there he is. There he is. There's the big winner.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
The internet.
There you go. There you go. Okay.
How are you, Mike?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for. Oh, who did something? Somebody did something. Oh, thank you so much for following. I am Richard. I appreciate that. I sincerely do. Theodor, thank you so much, and thank you for sitting through that. I know that must have been quite painful for you. And
I was actually laughing a whole lot.
well, this is what happens. I try to do my intro, and it's just such a different world. Like podcasting, like from where I come from, and streaming are just two different things, man. Like, because when you podcast, it's just you and the guest and microphones, and you're going. But on stream, it's like you and your guest and 50 other people, and like, and things are beeping and flashing, and shit just stops working out of nowhere, and it's madness. It's madness. But I do. Yeah, well,
it's a different scene.
Well, it is a different scene, but I mean, we still had the same struggles. How long you been streaming actually? What is your?
I did my first stream in late March of 2020.
Oh, okay. So you're new to the platform. Yeah. I don't know. For some reason, I thought that you were here like for years. Like I feel
I was an OG.
Yeah, I thought you were OG. Like from when they first started the music category.
I'm a spring chicken on the music thing. I've been on Twitch for years though, just lurking in gaming.
Oh, okay. So you're a gamer. You like the game.
Yeah.
What? So.
Yes, sir.
So when you were coming to Twitch, you said you were lurking. So you were just sort of hanging out in people's streams, watching video games and stuff. Yep. What games did you like to watch?
Dota 2.
I'm sorry, I'm an idiot. What is Dota?
It's a MOBA game. Mobile. What's it? Multiplayer.
Oh, I see.
It's like League of Legends. It's the competitor to League of Legends.
Okay,
I watched too much of that game, and I've played too much. I have 4,000 hours in that.
Oh my God!
Accumulated over
4,000 hours, just like putting
accumulated over like 8 years.
It's the Godfather of League of Legends. Okay. See, I know what League of Legends is, but I'm not a gamer by any means. So I have gamer friends on Twitch, but like now that my son he's 6 and he's getting he has an Xbox and he has the Roblox and he has the phone, so I'm slowly getting back into it because I come from a generation of like the first Nintendo, the Super Nintendo, the Nintendo 64. Yeah, exactly. I mean,
Nintendo 64 as well.
Hey man, I was Nintendo all the way. You couldn't put a Sega in front of my face without me.
Never Sega.
Yeah, no. Exactly. I didn't care about Sonic. I didn't give a shit about Sonic. Yes, Saucy.
Mario for life.
Yeah, I mean for sure. Yeah, I know you're a gamer, Saucy. I have to buy those games for you. I know that you're a gamer. But I guess not everyone else does. But yeah, I don't know, man. The gaming thing, I took a long time off of it. But is gaming's just sort of been something that's been a big part of your life throughout? Is that like a through line, or
I think I've always done that.
Yeah.
Since I was young.
Just
always played a lot with my brother.
Dumping hours of your time in the game. I love it.
Well, first of all, I think it was Diablo 2 first, and then World of Warcraft followed that.
Wow. And then, what's up, Cunning? Dr. Cunning. Sorry.
And then thankfully, guitar got me out of. I started playing guitar when I was 20.
Oh,
and then I stopped playing video games.
So you came to guitar kind of late in life.
Yeah, really late.
Well, why don't we back up then? I mean, since I'm not much of a gamer, I guess I don't know really where to go with gaming, but I do know about music. So let's go there. So do you come from a lineage of music? Do you come or like is your parents musicians, or is there art in the family?
None of my parents are musicians. They've sung in choirs, and my mom has done a bit of acting and stuff like that. But they both pursued careers in academics.
Do you come from the land down under? That's what I Am Richard is very curious about. Do you come from?
I come from the land up north, where I Am Richard is from.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm Richard. We'll let that one slide. I had to throw that in there because it hit my eye and I thought it was funny. But So your parents do. So there's art in the family. So you do come from sort of an artistic
Yeah.
family.
And there was always music at home. There were
Mhm.
always some record playing, or dad listening to classical music, or mom listening to Beatles or stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah. So then, did you start singing then? Since you had your parents were in choirs, like when?
I tried singing. I had the most horrible singing voice of all time growing up, and I could not sing on pitch
What?
or sing a key. It was terrible.
How is this
My mom was
possible?
surprised I could sing in 3 different keys in one song without without doing it on purpose.
It's like my son is very talented. He can sing in 3 different keys at
Yes.
once. He is a
I
fucking.
it was
He's a genius.
I was terrible.
It's very hard to believe sitting from here and after I gave that whole big thing in the beginning about how like I sit there and just sort of meditate to your peaceful voice. It doesn't make sense. It's not registering as correct, Theodore. So please. So then
Well,
how did you get past that hump then? How did you get past the
practice.
practice? Practice. So then
Yeah.
I'm just curious then, were you enrolled in any choir programs? Did you do any kind of music
No,
in school?
just at home.
Just
Just at home, sitting, playing guitar and singing.
And so you just sat there and you're self-taught?
Or YouTube, as a lot of other guitarists have.
Well, I mean YouTube. I mean, that the YouTube
Yeah.
University is where it's at, baby. That's
JustinGuitar.com is where it's at. That guy,
yeah,
Justin Severico,
yeah. No, I know what you're talking about.
he is the bomb.
Yeah,
so that's
man.
how I learned everything in the beginning.
You just were sitting on the internet just doing it big.
Yeah, 4 or 5 hours a day, just going, what is this? Oh, and how do I?
At the age of 20.
Yep.
Wow. Well, that's very interesting. So when you decided to start learning guitar, was that when you were also trying to learn to sing as well?
I think singing came with me playing, because my brother played guitar when I was growing up and he sang, and he's a really talented guitarist and singer, and I sounded like crap.
Okay.
So I never had to.
Yeah.
So he always sung.
Yeah.
And then I moved from my own apartment, and I wanted to play or do something musically. And then I was the guitar guy for a long time. I brought my guitar everywhere. I was
that guy.
Hey,
You're
guys, what, you want to hear a song?
You are that guy that everyone makes fun of now.
I am the original Wonderwall guy, I think.
And you wonder why. I could see
Yeah,
young Theo out there.
And struggling through it, not knowing the chords, and just give me a second. It's an E minor, and then I think it's a G, and then
I could see
that
you.
was my first years.
I could totally see you sitting under a tree on the lawn at university, just surrounded by young ladies and singing, "I'm a wonder why." Was that the case? Was that the case? Were you surrounded by young ladies?
Almost.
Almost.
I might have been surrounded by young ladies, but I did not know how to react to that.
I was just telling my friend that today. Like, I saw my friend the other day at the market, and he came up to me. He was like, "Hey, how you been?" And I haven't seen him since before quarantine. And we talked for like 2 minutes, and then he interrupted me to go talk to this female. And like, I was so impressed because he like went up to this he floated to her, right? Like he just turned it on and floated to her, and just like was like, "Excuse me, but my friend and I were just saying," and blah blah blah. And I'm just sitting there watching him, and he points to me, and I'm like, "Hi," like the dumb guy, just yeah. I felt like I was in high school all over again. And he swept her away. Like he just like walked off with her into the sunset. Like he texted me today. He's like, "Yo, I got that girl's number." I was like, "You're
suave."
Yeah. And that's the thing. And he's not like a particularly good looking dude. He's fat as shit. Like he's like, like he's my friend. I mean, I love him to death. He's my buddy. He's been my buddy since high school, but he's getting older. And he just did it. And I told him, I was like, I've always admired that. I've always admired like people who will just go and confront that thing, whether it's a woman.
I admire that as well.
I'm not calling women things, by the way. I'm just saying confronting these uncomfortable situations that you sort of
situation. Yeah, cool. Yeah. I can.
So
I'm the same way.
Yeah. So me too. So like all through high school, of course, I see him macking on all the ladies, whereas I'm sitting on the sidelines, being the third wheel, like, No, man, it's cool. Come to the movies with us. It's fine. No. We can go to dinner.
Can we use your car, man?
Yeah. You mind giving us a ride, though? When did you learn guitar? Sure. Saucy, are you asking me or are you asking our guest? I don't know who you're asking, but please let us know. No, it's one of those talents that I'm just that I never really had. I'm much better about like just going the cold open. I think what we can call it like that. The cold open, like just going to a woman or going up to some stranger and just go. Like the cold open has always been like the most frightening thing, followed by casual eye contact. It's like I don't like casual.
I started sweating now just talking.
Yeah,
about
I know, dude. My palms are sweating.
I could feel my flops going. Hi.
Yeah.
I'm Theo. Do you know how much a polar bear weighs? That would be my.
I started playing guitar when I was 14, Saucy. That feeling, that flush feeling of heat just coming to your face and sweat, and then your palms are moist, and then you got to close the deal, right? And it's like, how do you even do that? And we're in the supermarket. Like for me, I always thought that I had to be drinking to approach people in that way until I stopped drinking, and I had to learn how to do that sober, which was very hard. It was very difficult to learn. Thanks, I guess. But I don't know how. I mean, coming up like that, what was your motivation for playing music? Was it to sort of overcome these sort of social awkward things?
I've always just loved music very much. I've always listened to music very extensively. When I was playing Nintendo growing up,
Hell yeah.
I'd always have like a Beatles album on shuffle and repeat, and let's just listen to the Magical Mystery Tour for 8 hours driving my parents crazy.
I could see. I concur.
And singing along off key. So I've that's how I listen to music. I listen to one album a lot, or a few select songs. I have so many playlists on Spotify that I've listened to, like they're called Autumn 2013, and it's 8 songs by Tossman on Earth, and I know all of them by heart because I listened to them like a maniac for like 3 months.
Is that something that you find yourself doing, sort of becoming when I use the word obsessive, I don't, it has a lot of negative connotations attached to it, but do you become sort of obsessive about certain things, like certain subjects? Not like I'm going to go, I'm obsessed over a girl, but like I'm obsessed over, obsession in a positive way, I suppose.
I'm a nerd at heart. So
Okay.
I get very, should we say, interested?
Yeah.
And invested in listening to things. Yeah. And like Twitch, when that whole thing took off now in March for me, from it being a sort of a little hobby and just wanting to try how Twitch was to full blown thinking about it all the time.
Yeah, which is insane that this platform can sort of do that to you. This sort of I would love. Let's talk about when you came to Twitch, but I want to know, what were you sort of doing? Did you? So when you were 20 and you started playing music, was your intentions to go out and like release music and play at bars? And then did you do that?
Yeah, I had I was from the age of 18. 18 is a drinking age in Sweden. I went to my regular pub. I would go here. So I went to my regular pub, and they had music every Friday. And I used to go and went, wow, one day I want to sit there.
Yeah.
And that was when I didn't play guitar. And I was, wow, those guys are like gods. So when I started playing guitar, I thought, wow, so one day, perhaps in years in the future, I will be one of those guys. And after 8 months, I asked the guy who owned the bar, going, what do you need? What are the requirements to play here? And she went, so you own a guitar? I went, yeah, cool, you can play here. And I went, what? So I did my first gig after 8 months of playing guitar.
Wow.
And I played for 4 hours.
What the fudge? Oh my God, can we get an air horn for that? Oh my God, that was so loud. Sorry, everybody. Wow. That was how I got started. Was it 4 hours of music, 8 months after playing guitar? Honk. Thank you. Young Sub, what's up, baby? Good to see you. You know what?
Jack,
I was gonna hit you up, Young Sub. I'd love for you to be on the show too. I love your vibe. But yeah, so how was that? Could you remember how that first show went? Did it go? I mean, were you doing repeat songs?
No, I did. No, I did all no repeats.
Oh
I
my
had.
god, you are
I was heckled as well.
Now, were you heckled by friends or by
No, no,
audience members?
by one of the worst persons I've ever met in my entire life.
Oh, so like these.
Yeah, he was just an asshole, and he wanted to make life difficult for me because I was new.
Oh my god.
So he must have been 250 or 300 pounds,
Jesus.
5 feet tall perhaps. So he waddled over, and he stole my book with songs. And he went, play something by heart if you know that. And then he walked off. So he walked off with my whole song list and every song I knew. But thankfully, I knew them all by heart.
What? Okay, hold on. So you 8 months after learning guitar and doing your singing, you have to do this 4-hour gig, and you walked in there with all these songs memorized.
Yep. I had them
Holy
printed out in in a binder, but I
Right.
knew them all by heart.
Right, and those were just there as a guide, right? You were just sort of like,
Yeah,
just in
or
case you
because
get,
I thought that was what everyone was doing. I thought 4 hours was
Ah.
standard. Every musician played 4 hours.
I see.
I'm a very naive man, so I thought everyone plays 4 hours, and that is the way of doing music.
Right.
And then I realized that no, that is very rare to do that.
Well, I mean, for me, before the pandemic, I would 4 hour, 3 to 4 hour gigs were pretty normal, but like,
Yeah.
but with breaks, you're not just
Yeah.
going straight, going hard.
For
shit.
45-minute sets.
Yeah. Theo rules. Why are you on We Speak English Good stream? Is that for the guest? So that is a question for the guest, and they want to know, why are you on my stream?
I am here because Mike wanted to talk to me, and I was very interested in talking to Mike as well.
There
That is
you
why
go.
I'm here.
I love it. See, that was a great example of how to use fresh bars, everybody. If you have a question for Theo, please use the fresh bars. It just helps with me because like sometimes I lose track of chat and stuff. So thank you for all the honks, by the way. I love.
Hey, Kicksta, hello, and Hastafar, hello.
Hey, Hassafar, coming up, doing it big. And Kicksta, is that how you say it? Kicksta?
Yeah, Kicksta, yeah.
Kicksta. Anyways, so this squatty little fat man steals your book, and you have to just continue.
And I had 2 hours more, yeah.
And you had 2 hours more. Okay. So, first of all, how did you not? Well, I get that he was probably a portly gentleman. You're probably a little scared. I mean, in that general sense of like, oh my God, who is this big, huge, globular man coming at me, trying to, talk? And you're a young man, and you're just sitting there like, what do you do? So did you go back and ask him for your songbook back? I mean, did he ever give it back?
He left the pub.
Oh, wait, he left it.
He took the binder and left the pub.
The fuck? What?
That is commitment.
That is commitment. That is some real shit right there. That guy
He had enough. He had enough of my shenanigans, and he wanted me gone.
Do you think...
I've never seen him again in my entire life.
Wow, he was just that weird angel demon who came through your life just to sort of torture you.
Baptism by fire.
Yes, exactly. No, because that's that type of shit that sort of puts you when you're in those moments of high stress and then that happens.
Adding that, yeah.
But after that feel, like, what do you remember how you felt after that? Do you remember how you felt after your first show?
I felt pretty good doing that though at the same time because I was in control of the environment.
Yeah.
And I started heckling him on his way out as well. Because if you have a microphone, you have a microphone, so you'll win. He can scream all he wants, but I still have a microphone, so I'll win in the end. And I at least knew that. And I'd seen like the regular performers handle hecklers before.
Yeah.
But standing going, I have the power now. I make people laugh at him. He's now the idiot.
Now you are the idiot, sir.
The heckler has become the hecklee.
Hey, Malin, welcome. Yeah, meme person, exactly. I'm not.
Come on in. Hey.
I do not care for that kind of stuff. I mean, coming from my world, coming from the bar playing world, it's like you run into those assholes a lot.
Those are the meat grinder years. You just do your dog years playing pubs where people throw. I've had receipts walled up and thrown at me. I've had someone pull a gun.
What the fuck?
Or not pull a gun, but they had a gun in their
waist,
in their trousers.
Yeah.
Yeah, in waistband. Yeah.
And
He
they,
wanted to hear Metallica, and I didn't know any Metallica, so he showed me a gun, and then I suddenly knew nothing else matters.
and nothing else matters as long as he
That's
doesn't
how.
shoot me.
Yeah.
What in the fuck? Where do you live in Sweden where there's asshole squatty fat men
I
stealing
live
your
in
songbooks
We're-
and men pulling guns on children? What the fuck kind of world do you live in, bro?
the old west of Sweden.
The Old West, is that what it's
But there's
called?
another one. No, it's called I live in the dirty south. I live in the capital of the southern part of Sweden,
Is it
and
like
it gets rougher times.
now, do you live in like a bigger city or is it a smaller city? Is like what's
The third biggest city in Sweden, which
Oh.
is tiny compared to like major cities all over the world. But we have 500,000
Oh, yeah. So that's
people here.
that's about how many people live in the city I live in. So it's small,
Where
but
are you from, Mike?
I'm from Toledo, Ohio, but
Toledo. Okay. Yeah.
yeah, Toledo, I know Toledo.
I've
You know what
heard
was really
Toledo.
interesting though was that that you knew who Drew Carey was.
Of course.
I did.
Drew
I
Carey
didn't.
was my jam. I love Drew Carey.
I didn't know that Sweden knew who Drew Carey was. Like, I grew up with Drew Carey
Wow, yeah.
too. You know, but I mean,
He was
Ohio.
always on our late nights. We have a thing called Channel 6 in Sweden that
Oh,
shows
okay.
you like reruns of Family Guy, Simpsons, and Drew Carey.
Oh, and
Like
Drew
it starts
Carey.
at 11 in the
And Drew Carey. That is such a
11 p.m.
random
and
one.
then it's just yeah.
That's a random
I
one.
love
It's he was 20. It's okay. Yeah, I mean, when you're young, you know, all these crazy things can happen to you, and you somehow miraculously bounce back from them. So okay, so then was music then your primary gig then? Were you like
It became my goal.
it became your goal from a young age to do nothing but music, be a musician?
Yeah. So that became my, and then I went to and I applied for a community college
Mm-hmm.
to play music for a year,
Oh, sweet.
which I did. I failed that audition
Okay.
terribly because I thought I was hot shit. So I thought I wouldn't have to practice because I knew how to play guitar now. So I would just ace this. And then I had my first reality check where I went into the audition and I got stuck with my fingers while playing fingerstyle and I just got trapped in the guitar.
Oh, wait a second. So
Did not make
wait.
did not make the cut.
Well, I'm just curious. Then, did you teach yourself how to read music as well, or was it all just?
That was also part of it. Have to read sheet music.
Yeah.
And I hadn't practiced that because I thought, why would you need to read sheet music?
Yeah, I got my ears.
I just need to feel the music. I
Yes.
don't need to have to be able to express it. And then yeah,
I'll feel it, man. I'll feel it.
yeah. There's no point in me learning this. And then I was sadly mistaken. And then I had my first reality check and I had to bounce back. So I played pubs for a year, and then I went back and applied again. And then I eventually joined.
Thank you,
Or
mighty,
that.
mighty, for that flaunt. I appreciate it. Yeah, those. It's so interesting when you're a young person and you really do think you're something, and that first time you really get sort of smacked down, like
Yep,
just like
going.
yeah, get down there, dude. I remember my band. We went to there was this local jazz club here called Murphy's, R.I.P. Murphy's.
Yeah.
And they had an open mic. And we were like this crappy little band who just played in our basement. I mean, we didn't even know how to write songs. We just had like, you play that bass line that you played on the 5th fret. Go to the 5th fret and play that bass line that you play. Yeah, that one. Okay, we're playing this
wow.
song now. And that was
Wow.
it. That was our writing style.
My heart is racing.
Oh yeah. So we go to this jazz club, and now this is an upscale jazz club downtown, and we set up, and the first thing that happens is my drummer drops a piece of hardware on this dude's bass, on his upright bass, and the dude comes running on stage and moves his bass. He's like, "This bass costs more than your car," and we were just like, "Oh Jesus, sorry." And that was like and so they were like, "You got 15 minutes, go." And we do our stupid, pathetic song, which I mean, like when you think of stupid, pathetic, that was this, and. I remember the lady came up, the lady who hosted the night, the great Ramona Collins. She came up to us afterwards. She's like, "Yeah, maybe y'all should go down to Mickey Finn's," and that was it. And she walked away, and she was just like, yeah, don't come back here. Basically, it's like you do not belong here.
Wow.
Which, afterwards we felt great. We didn't give a shit. We were asshole kids. But like now that I think about it, it's
Yeah,
like,
like, yeah.
what kind of
The
audacity, like. But
that is the great and bad thing about being a kid, that you go, they don't understand us. If they
Yes.
only knew what.
right, because you can easily just pass it off as like, they don't fucking get me, bro. They don't fucking understand who I am. Like, so of course
Yeah.
they don't get it. Of course. We got a question here for the guests. So I took so I only took 1 year to get it straight and get accepted. How many hours per day did you practice? Oh, okay. So it only took. So it only took you 1 year. So how many?
Yeah, from being rejected or denied entry to the school, it took me a year.
A year.
And I practiced, I'd say 2 to 3 hours per day, and I played gigs once or 3 times, at least once or twice per week.
So
and played pubs and did like my whole.
Well, I'm just curious then. So when you were doing the audition, then you just were like, I'll just go in there and just wing it.
And wing it.
Like yeah. I'm just not curious. Like, did you not know that you were gonna have to have?
I'm
like
an idiot.
I got you. Okay. So it was really just you're just yeah. I got you. No, I get it. It's just that blind ignorance of youth. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
it's great.
Why would I? I'm God's gift to this. I'll sort this out. Don't you worry, baby. I got this. Sleep in the car. They got me sleeping arrangements the night before, and I went, no, I'll sleep in the car. Why would I want to sleep in a bed? I don't need to sleep properly. I can just do this.
Whoa! Wow!
My mouth is dry just telling the story. I'm getting my secondhand shame from.
No, I love it because like that personality does not match with who I'm talking to right now. I mean, maybe because I don't know you that well and I just know you from your stream. But I mean, like, it seems to me like that the Theo of younger year was maybe a little bit more. Were you a little bit more standoffish at all? Were you like, because I mean, the fact that you were like, I'm gonna sleep in my fucking car because I'm so hardcore, like to me is like it just sounds like some like rough and tumbler kind of guy who's like. And like I know you're not rough and tumbler, but I'm just like I don't know were you a different kind of person? Were you more of an asshole?
I'm the same.
I don't get it.
I'm the same person, but it doesn't come down to. I don't think it comes down to like bravado or something. It just comes down to being naive and not understanding the gravity of the situation.
I'm sorry I'm like stuck on this moment with you. I'm like I keep just like grinding down this one moment in your life, and you have many moments. Oh, did I spell his name wrong? You have an E on the end of Theodor's name in the title and on screen. Thank you. We speak English good. Yeah, that's my answer to everything. The stream title promises Swedish meatballs. Theo, do you have a good meatball recipe that you could share with us? Hasselfar.
Hasselfar. I have a super 50-50 ground pork and ground beef.
Cool.
And then you put breadcrumbs and you put cream into that, and you let them swell up, and then you grate a onion on a box grater, and then you mix that together with the breadcrumbs and the cream, and then you mix that with the meatballs and 2 eggs. And then you roll meatballs, salt and pepper, and then you're good.
Wait, no cardamom? There's no cardamom on this?
No.
Yo.
No, man. That's Christmas. Those are Christmas meatballs in Sweden.
Oh, those
we have seasonal balls.
Oh, that's where we went wrong. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we made Swedish meatballs from a Swedish friend of ours off Twitch, of course, and he sent us a seasonal ball. Like he sent us a recipe for seasonal balls, and now I'm just
for Christmas. It's when we have allspice and stuff like that.
Yeah, it had allspice, cardamom. It's like what kind of meatballs are these? We're sitting there eating them, and we're just like, it's midsummer. We're just like. This tastes like holidays, and we're just not feeling it. We're
not feeling that jolly, actually.
We're just not. Yeah, we're not. We're not feeling it because here in Ohio, Christmas means cold as weather, and I am not into that shit. So thank you so much for that recipe. That was great. I appreciate that.
No worries.
Thanks for that great question. So let's
My
move.
wife made meatballs the other day, so that's why I had it on the top of my head.
Yeah, well, I mean, I appreciate that. I did not know this. This must be a
Lucky.
southern thing. Oh, a southern thing. Wait, say, is there a phrase in Sweden known
We
as
have
the
a lot of
southern?
regional foods in Sweden.
Oh, okay.
It's crazy for such a small country. We're only 10 million in population,
Mm-hmm.
but it's such a wide and large, not wide, but long country, and we have so many diverse food traditions during Easter and Christmas. It's weird.
Uh-huh.
Like people on the east and west coast have different kinds of foods they eat, and herrings not being there, or different seasonings of herring. It's a weird country. And Malin's she's from the far north. She's a
I see.
northerner.
Oh, a northerner. Is Sweden the place that has like the blackface Santa that everyone hates?
You what, mates?
The blackface Santa, or is that
I think that's Norway.
Norway. I think that might be Norway.
Or is it?
I'm sorry. I get all you guys confused. I'm so sorry.
And
I'm sure
Germany?
I don't think it's
Black
Germany.
Peter?
Yes, Black Peter. Exactly. That's not Sweden, huh?
I don't know. I think we can ask Haslefar. I think he might.
Black
That's-
Peter.
Or we have Dude Kalinski coming through with Netherlands and kicks as well.
Yeah. Okay. So
Cool.
not in
This is what we call killgissningar in Swedish.
Okay. So that's not in Sweden. Okay, thank you guys. I appreciate the international audience here. I'm a simple American.
It's so wonderful having the internet. Just
Oh my God, yeah. It's like it's like we got humans over here keeping us in order, and then we got the internet.
so we're talking from across the globe
Yes.
to each other with like zero latency.
Yes.
With video chat. This is getting broadcasted to people all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Big.
This would have
cables.
been not anything like 2 years ago. This
Mm.
would not have been possible, I guess.
No.
There would have been so much latency and audio
Well,
weirdness.
Yeah, I mean, especially over quarantine since the pandemic, they've been upping their game hard. Like Zoom and all these different companies are really trying to. I think I do mean Krampus, but I think they got it down. Zwarte Piet, or what is Dutch. Because I remember seeing a video of it, like, because I guess they were protesting it, and black people don't like that anymore, which I understand.
I could totally see that
I could
being
see, I could see that that's pretty.
I can see
pretty
the virtue
rude.
of not doing blackface anymore.
No worries, dude. Collins, I appreciate your lurk. Go ahead and play your
Colin,
game.
did I get you playing Stardew Valley that hard? I think I played games the other day and streamed it, and I played Stardew Valley, and I think I made Colin addicted.
Oh, well, how dare you? Well, there you go. Theo's out there spreading the love of addiction. Thank you, Theo. I appreciate that. We all appreciate it. No, I agree though. It is weird that we could just sort of have this conversation online with the internet and with all these people hanging out, just chatting with us. It's like it's such a I don't know what it is, man, but I mean, obviously there's a removal from reality with Twitch. But when you're in the moment, when you're like, when you have like a raid, like this huge raid, and the energy's there and everybody's participating and emotes are flying and people in the chat's going crazy.
Yeah.
It is very exciting. Like not only to participate in chat, but it's also to be there. And it's so funny to think about, because you're just sitting in this quiet room and it's just you and this computer.
And a wall. There's a wall behind you.
Yeah, and then but it's like this explosion of energy just happening electronically as you sit there in this quiet little room with nothing but the fucking fan from the computer blowing. It's just it's crazy, man. So
it's a. I was talking to a friend. I was describing Twitch like the ultimate open mic, where it's an infinite room, and everyone has a time slot, so you can just go through by room, and people come back. It's wonderful.
It is. No, and
you just try stuff.
Yeah, you get to try stuff. People are forgiving, much more forgiving than IRL because you're out there making a mistake. You can
Which is weird though at the same time, because they're on Twitch, which means they have access to the internet, so they could be doing anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
You could literally be doing anything in the entire world.
Right.
Instead, you're choosing to spend your time listening to me or someone else.
Right.
That is, for
No,
me,
no, it
one
is.
of the
It's insane.
most terrifying sensations.
It is terrifying, and that feeling again. Like I remember. I mean, I'm sure you remember your first raid. I mean, like, and that feeling. Like I remember the first time we were raided. It was
Yeah.
like Sani Maya came in with like 150 people,
Ah,
and we had like 3 people in chat. You know, so like we come, and she just raids in. And like I'm literally in the middle of a song, and I'm looking at like the chat go blah, 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 and it raid and all this crazy shit. Uh-oh, and there he goes. As fast as he came, he's gone. But it is crazy. It is crazy. There's something palpable that you can feel when the chat is going. Oh, all right. You are
hello?
using. Hey, you're back.
Are we back?
We are back. What?
Yes, cool.
That probably
Sorry.
was me. I don't know. I have Ohio internet, and I don't know if anyone's familiar with Ohio internet, but it's garbage.
My computer
internet.
isn't getting audio from now.
Oh, you can't hear me?
Is your mic muted?
Oh, it is. There we. Oh wait. Yeah, can you hear me now?
Cool.
All right.
Now I can hear you. Yeah.
I don't know what happened there, dude. I have no idea what happened, but we're back. We're back, and yes.
You were talking about Sunny Maya and her raid and 150
right.
people.
Well, yeah, just that feeling of just that feeling of that first raid of when a bunch of people come rushing in and your heart starts racing, and again, it's just you. It was just me and my wife in this quiet room. And my heart's racing. I'm sweating. I can't even play the song correctly. And my wife is like, "Okay, you got this. Keep going." It's like, you know how to play music in front of people. Just keep going. So I don't know. Do you remember your first raid and how? Hey, what's up, Dead Side? Thanks for stopping through. I appreciate it.
Hey, Dead Side.
Dead
Hi,
Side.
everybody.
Hey, Dead Side's bad. Go ahead, man.
Dead Side is a great musician from Denmark.
Yes.
He's just across the bridge from me.
Oh.
We live 30 minutes from each other.
Nuh-uh. Do you guys hang out?
We've never met. We should do that. And also Jake Green Blues.
Oh.
Apparently, the Danes take to blues well.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, which is
we're gonna have a little Twitch meetup, I guess.
That'd be dope. You guys have a little jam session. I'm trying to get
Scandinavian.
The Scandinavian jam session. That sounds great. I'm trying to get out west because me and Matt Suarez are friends in real life too, and we want to do like a jam thing. Yeah, I love Matt, man.
He's amazing.
He's just he is amazing. He is amazing. I'm gonna give Deadside a little shout out here. Yeah, Deadside is amazing. By the way, he's a great streamer. But not only is he a great streamer, but the music that his band makes is fucking bananas. Like in a good way, not in a bad way. Like it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Like mind-blowing beautiful is what I'm saying. Not bananas. Like, okay, we're gonna keep going here. So I'm just curious on. So did you ever achieve your goal of just being a full-time musician?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, and so was that what you were kind of doing before the pandemic struck?
It was what I was doing before the pandemic hit.
Okay.
I do seasonal work as a troubadour in Gothenburg.
What does that mean?
So I play 2 or 3 gigs per day.
Oh wow.
From mid-April to late September throughout the whole summer.
Oh shit. And
that was what was lined up this summer, and then COVID hit.
I see. So you had a summer lined up of music and all kinds of stuff, and no more. None of that's happening. But so then I'm confused on what that means. So are you playing original music? Are you playing like music?
Only covers.
Only covers. You playing? Okay. So, and what does that mean? Are you playing like outdoors? Like when you said that whole thing, whatever you just said, I do summers. Can you say that again in Grethenburg or whatever you said?
In Gothenburg, in the middle part of Sweden, the west coast of Sweden. It's our second largest city.
Do you have to travel there and live there for the summer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or I commute bi-weekly because my wife lives in Malmo.
Oh, okay. Where you live?
So that was also. We live in Malmo, me and my wife, and then I worked in Gothenburg.
Okay.
Because one of my friends, we built a boat. We built a barge or a raft thing That's 50 square meters, and it ferries people around the canal. There's a canal in Gothenburg.
Uh-huh.
So people bring their own food and drinks, and I provide live music while we ferry them around the town.
Gotcha. Now. Is this something? Now, do you work for a company with that, or is that something that you started yourself?
We started it ourselves. It was just me and my friend Anders.
Oh, that's
So
dope.
he and his dad designed and built the boat by hand
Oh,
in a mechanical workshop.
what the fuck? That's amazing. So it's a
And we put
pretty.
together at a wharf and sailed it up to Gothenburg. So that was one of the most interesting things in my entire life.
Well, that's really cool. Like the fact that they'd even know how to build a boat in the first place. But
That is something to be amazed at. Yeah.
But then they build a boat that was big enough for you to sort of play music. And then are you? It's just you and a guitar, and you just play for a small group of people.
And an amp. Yeah.
And then
so 50 people at a time.
50 people. So they built a boat big enough for fucking 50 people? That's insane. Yep. That's insane, dude.
We put it together at a wharf in just between Malmö and Gothenburg.
Mm-hmm.
So about 200 miles south of Gothenburg.
Okay.
We put it together at a wharf. And it was all in like giant Meccano or Meccano. So everything was labeled. Big pieces of metal going, this is strut A, strut B, and then we put it together.
So it's like IKEA. It comes with all the little
very Swedish of us.
Yeah, very Swedish, very well informed
black packages. Yeah.
It clicks together very nicely.
Yep.
Very very yeah, Airstream, whatever. Okay.
It was a lot of fun. And it took us a month to put together in a dry dock.
Oh, thank you so much, Deadside, for that host. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Theo, you must be a very young-looking 90-year-old with all your stories.
I'm actually 120 years old.
Hey, Pahi. Hello, I have arrived at last.
Hey, Pahi.
Pahi, welcome. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. So then you guys started this business. How long you been doing that?
2016.
Okay.
Was our first year.
And obviously it's been successful.
It was not successful initially, or it took a few years to build of course build a business.
Mm-hmm.
But since we were in the middle of Gothenburg, middle of summer, people saw us passing through the city on the water, and people drinking beer and singing along to Summer of '69.
So they're like, "Hey,
people
I
had a
want to
good
do
time."
that.
And then for the last 2 years, it's been fully booked.
Wow.
For this year, it was almost fully booked in advance for the summer.
So
it was sad that.
Yeah, of course.
But it's still it's been yeah. How's the first spela credence? Play credence is one of the most common phrases in Sweden.
Spela credence. Is that Credence CCR, Credence Clearwater Revival?
People love Credence in Sweden.
Really?
I have no idea.
I love CCR too, bro. I don't know. Yeah, what is that?
I love CCR, but people love like Cotton Fields and Proud Mary. It's not the good songs. It's not like Long as I Can See the Light. No, not that one. No, it's Bad Moon Rising, Proud Mary, and
Bathroom on the Right. That's your favorite one. Is Bathroom on the Right?
Don't go around in that.
That is very funny. The Europeans are very.
Fortunate song would never be accepted as a Creedence song in a pub. No, they want to hear Proud Mary, preferably that and Bad Moon Rising on repeats.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for us, it's like, but obviously, it's pretty American, but it's Freebird. Freebird is
it's gotten here as well.
Yeah. Okay. So the joke
people are doing this.
The joke's over
the
there.
American, the offline meme of America has come to Sweden.
It's Drew Carey.
Also, our version is Play Credence.
It's Play Credence. Proud Mary. Sorry, that was my.
Play something good. Play Credence. Play something everyone knows. Play Credence. Everyone will be dancing, sir. Sir, you've had 18 beers. You can barely stand up.
Come on, man.
Come on, you don't play that. When I was an itty little bit, and there's and they sing in Swinglish. It's fantastic.
Everyone sings along.
It's a thing to behold.
I dream of the day that I can actually be let into your country to witness it. That would be wonderful.
Yeah.
I look forward to the day that other countries let me into their country, or let America into their country, I should say. So you've been. I'm curious about this rafting thing. What it was just in those first couple years you were just getting started. Thank you for those claps, mighty mighty. I appreciate that. When you're first getting started, what was sort of the thing that's brought people? Like what did you guys do differently that sort of started people
I have.
coming?
Uh, I think
Booking.
it's the same thing as you do on Twitch. You are consistent,
Yeah. No, you're
and
right.
people know what to expect.
Yeah.
And as I was talking about my idiocracy and not doing and not made bravado, but just naivety. And my business associate did not want to make marketing things for us either.
Yeah.
So we didn't even write our homepage address because we're idiots. So we just people were like Googling, what the hell is this boat, music, water, nothing.
Thanks for the follows.
But then someone told us, perhaps you should
Seuss-
write your webpage on the side of the boat so people can actually book tickets.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
then-
So that was that huge for you guys?
there it took off. And then word of mouth, of course.
Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine.
But
I mean, because that's a good advertisement of its own. Is Summer '69 being screened by a bunch of drunk people on a boat? Like that's
Yeah.
that's great advertisement. But
But
yeah.
it was such a fun experience because there were so many different types of people coming down. We had like 20-year-olds coming down and just they wanted to hear Avicii and stuff like that. I had to play that, which was a lot of fun.
Who?
Avicii, Wake Me Up, stuff like that kind of music.
Oh, okay.
Party.
Yeah, got you. I got you.
And then we had people in their 50s who wanted to hear Simon and Garfunkel and stuff like that and just wanted to have a cozy evening.
Yeah.
We had a retirement home who came down and wanted to hear Swedish folk music. So I played that for 2 hours. So I never knew what was going to happen.
I love hearing you sing Swedish folk music. That is
Cool.
That's a highlight for me. Well, it's because like American folk music is just like written by a bunch of hillbillies, like in the coal mines.
It's the same thing here. It's just in Swedish instead of English.
Yeah, but it's in a different language, so it sounds cooler. It's cooler.
It's the same thing for me with American folk. I have it sounds so
it's so authentic.
sophisticated.
It sounds so American, but the guy
in the deep and dark hills.
Yeah.
Wow, such soul.
Yeah, and the reality is some like toothless white dude going.
Well, I mean, toothless white dudes have a lot of knowledge usually.
They can pass down that knowledge, bro. Like white lightning. White light. Do you know what white lightning is?
I'm not familiar. I thought there was a bell ring going off, but no.
No, it's
Would you
totally
care to
fine.
explain?
Sure. No. Actually, I'd like to keep you in the dark so this conversation can go nowhere. I'd love. It's moonshine. Moonshine. It's really strong alcohol.
Okay.
That's what they. That's I don't know. Pulls
White
out
lightning.
empty moonshine jug and starts blowing. Exactly, and that's the thing. It's like
jug bands.
18 beers in Sweden. That's expensive. Oh, I didn't know
That is very expensive.
That is expensive. Is Sweden expensive?
We have not in general, but we have ridiculous law, or not ridiculous. We have very great laws about alcohol. Our alcohol tax is very, very high. A standard beer, a draft beer at a pub would be $6, I guess.
Oh wow, what's just...
like a dive bar?
Mm-hmm. Oh, at a dive bar, like a crappy bar.
Yeah,
and not even at a good bar. It's I mean, like
$6.
$6 that's okay. Like, yeah, I mean, I'm okay.
And if you go to, we can only buy alcohol in stately owned businesses. So the state has a monopoly on serving alcohol and selling it.
Wow.
So we have Systembolaget, where when if you buy a can of beer, it's still at least $2.
Okay.
And then you can go across the bridge to Deadside Blues' place in Copenhagen. You go to the 7-Eleven and buy vodka. It's a different world. It's a different world.
So you can't buy liquor? You can't buy hard liquor?
You can't buy anything harder than 3.5% alcohol beer.
3.5 beer? That's what you guys are stuck with? Oh my God. I'm surprised you guys aren't all fat and puffy and just fucking cherry faced all day. It's like,
hey, this is the face of 3.5 beer.
It's just like because in Colorado and Utah they have that kind of thing going on there. Those are states here, by the way. But they have just because I just want to be sure. Okay. Yeah. But in those days it's 3.5 beer and like fucking people fucking rally against it all the time. They hate it, of course. But you have to go to like beer stores to get beer with more than 3.5 percent alcohol. So you have to go to these stores. And so wait, so then is that how it works?
And they're open until 7 during weekdays. They close at 3 on Saturdays, and they're closed on Sundays.
To clarify, you can buy hard alcohol in a state-run liquor store, but you can't buy hard liquor at the 7-Eleven. I got you, and that's in Denmark. Yeah, that's kind of how it is for us in Ohio. It's
no, that's Sweden.
Oh, okay. So you can buy liquor in the state.
Yeah, you can.
Gotcha. Okay, so it's the same as
during
over here.
During specific hours.
In my brain, Theo, I thought you were saying that your country
only 3.
No. I thought that
okay.
Well, I only thought that you could only get 3.5, but then also that that your country created the beer, like that they produced the alcohol, like it was state sanctioned alcohol, like
no. They just tax it very hard to pay for the Medicare for people who.
I'm American. Please, just excuse me. I'm American. I don't know anything but my American ways. I constantly find myself apologizing for America, like when I do these international.
Why?
You know why?
You're American, but
you know why, Theo.
But I mean, I see a lot of media from the U.S., so I know a lot about your guys' culture.
Yeah.
I don't think you see a lot of Swedish media.
No, I don't. I don't see any of it.
So it
I don't see not one goddamn Swedish media at all. But so wait, so
I don't think you're missing out though.
Well, I mean, what's going on over there? I don't know. Oh, we are sorry. Well, no, because because let me just say, I'm not sitting here, apologizing for America like that. But what I am saying is that I'll be in, like, I remember I was in this stream. It was the 4th of July, and for us, that's Independence Day for us.
Yeah.
And I was in someone's chat. It was early in the morning, and I don't have good early morning brain. It does whatever it wants. I don't know why. Like, I shouldn't be communicating with the outside world before 8 a.m., but it happens, and things do happen, and I do say stupid things. But at this particular day, I was feeling kind of emotional. It's a quarantine. We're all feeling like, we're all in lockdown, and it was the 4th of July, and of course, Independence Day was canceled around the country, and around the world. Yeah, everyone gives a fuck about our Independence Day. Yeah, of course, the world cried and shed tears that day. That fateful.
I was celebrating 4th of July. I was shooting off fireworks on the balcony and drinking Pabst.
Are you drinking Pabst, dude? You are plugged into American. How dare you have Pabst over there? That's
my brother's drink of choice.
It probably tastes
when me
better.
And my brother get smashed. It's Pabst.
It probably tastes better than our Pabst, honestly. It probably doesn't have the GMOs that we like to put in our beers.
I think it's the exact same. I hope it's the exact same thing. It's wonderful. It tastes like water with sugar and alcohol. It's brilliant.
Is it just as cheap as it is over here?
No, it's expensive since it's an imported beer.
It's an import. Oh my god, that's so
for
funny.
It's
garbage.
For you, that's cheap beer. Yep. For us, that's American.
Ooh, pass me that.
Budweiser. Oh, Budweiser. Wow, that's an expensive imported brands.
Budweiser is so gross. See, another reason for me to apologize for America, making you guys.
Coors Light. Wow.
Taste the Rockies. No, the I forgot what I was saying. Oh well. Damn it. What were we talking about right before we started talking about imported?
We were talking about the raft and
No. We were talking about some
people.
Right before
18 beers in Sweden.
No.
Was expensive.
It was right before the import thing. Woo! Thank you. Thank you for the woo. I appreciate that. Yeah, I forgot what I was talking about again. So hey, it's fine. So then you've been doing pretty decently as a musician in Sweden. Like, do you travel a lot besides going up to Gothenburg or
not that much? That's been my main source of income. I've been playing weddings, private parties, and stuff like that. And I haven't had a social media presence at all. Once again, my stupidity and naivety going, I don't need that. If I could go back in time, I'd slap myself so hard across the face. I put up my first YouTube cover in 2010. I put up my second YouTube cover in 2020.
Yeah, wow.
That's only a 10-year gap.
There you go. Well, hey, I mean, all at our own pace. All at our own pace. May the
Yeah,
4th be with you. You're a couple months late, but that's okay. We'll,
we
we'll,
celebrated May the 4th on our stream.
Well, that's a little different. I get that. I get the May the 4th be with you because Star Wars is definitely a universal thing. Independence Day
Yes.
is not a universal thing for the world. It's like, no, it's like, okay, we know that you're
I also
loud and like
celebrated Bring Your Own
explosions.
Towel Day.
Bring your own towel
Also,
day.
also important. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Oh yeah, that's good stuff. That's good stuff.
My Bible.
That's your Bible. That's your Bible. You like that. You like that a lot.
I love.
It's a graphic
Yeah.
novel, right? That's
No, it's just
a regular
it's,
novel.
it's a trilogy in 5 parts.
God, wait.
A trilogy.
It's a trilogy in 5 parts.
Yeah, the only existing trilogy in 5 parts. It's
That-
part of the pitch for this. It's so weird,
How
but it's a
dare
wonderful
you.
book.
You like you.
I am.
You're a reader.
Yeah, I read a lot.
What do you
I
read?
love reading.
What are you reading right now?
Right now, I'm reading The Chronicles of Amber by an author. I forgot his name. I read that book when I was young as a translation to Swedish.
Oh, okay.
And I found in a fantasy bookstore in Malmo, I found the complete works, all 10 books in one volume. So I'm
Mm.
reading that now.
Nice. What's it
But
about?
I read a lot of it's fantasy fiction about a everything is a shadow from the place of origin, which is amber,
Okay.
and you can walk the shadows. Yeah, I don't know all the rules about it yet. It's a lot of fun reading and finding out how that's what I like about fantasy,
Mhm.
because when they explain how magic works or the workings of
Right.
of their worlds.
It sort of unfolds as the story
Yeah.
goes on, right? Like because they only give
Yeah,
you
there's not a
pieces
lexicon in the beginning.
Right,
It's just
right.
okay. So
at
this
the beginning. Yeah, I
Yeah.
get you. Yeah, no,
There
I get it.
was
No, that's why I mean,
midichlorians.
yeah, exactly. No, like Game of Thrones is one of those books that I love that has that sort of slow burn thing, and
Yeah, we just
the show aside. I mean, let's put the show aside, but like when we're
the
just
books
talking
were wonderful,
the books, man, the books. I'm
despite his incessant describing of banners.
oh,
I find myself flipping through a bunch of pages, going, "The proud banner of House blah blah blah,
Right, and
never
you're
to be
like,
seen again. The proud fish of House blah blah blah." And yeah,
that's amazing. I love that idea of world building like that, and and I also read the Dances with Dragons. That I think that was one of the last books
the prequel.
Yeah, it was it was about the Targaryen history, the history of the
Okay, yeah, cool.
Targaryens.
I haven't read that yet. Is it worth reading?
It is worth reading. It's definitely worth
Okay,
reading because
yeah.
I don't know if you're into. Are you into reading like historical books, like about like?
Yeah.
So like it reads like that. So they're sort of.
Oh, okay, so it's a mock.
Yes. So they have like
Okay,
these
yeah.
3 sources. Like there's a priest
Okay,
is a
cool.
source, and then there's a jester is a source, and then there's
Oh.
like periodicals I think or writings that they pull from. So it's very interesting sort of how they have it laid out, and that first book of I forgot what, I think it's the dragons or something of the dragons, whatever it is. The Targaryen history thing it's only half of the book. It's only half the history. So it's like you get to a certain point and you're just like, so they don't even reach to where like Dany is, and the fall and the end of the Targaryens, because I think Dany is the end of the Targaryens, right? Like she's the last.
Yeah, she's the end of the line of
Yeah, she's the end of the line, which I
It
love.
was her and her brother. Yeah.
I love that. I love that idea too of like ending bloodlines, and like you're saying, like the banners, like they just go, because that's very, very much like history gets folded in all the time.
Yeah.
Right. Like there's so many things that we're gonna miss. There's so many advancements in technology that we're gonna miss because it just got either burnt down in some library that was being conquered by some barbarian, or like it's just there's all. I love that idea of just lost history. Do you have any interest in sort of that? Like, have you looked into any sort of?
I just applied for university, and I'm about to study the studies of ideas and culture.
Oh wow! So you're going full into it.
Yeah. Well, my ambition is to do streaming full time now,
Uh-huh.
and do that as my main part of my life, and build a base on this, and then also study at the same time widen my horizons,
Wow, that's a perfect
and
job
like
to
yeah,
do.
and I want the studies of literature studies and philosophy and stuff like that.
Wow. So are you, what
So I have a lot of time.
yeah, well, right. So let's sort of get into the pandemic, and I'm really interested in sort of this transition that you made. Um, so your source of income was all music, all before the pandemic hit,
Yep.
and then you guys the pandemic hit, everything's done, and then so what was the driving force for you to be like, I'm gonna start streaming? I mean, because it's not easy just to start streaming. Anybody who
I don't.
streams knows that you just don't turn it on and go. It's so
Yeah.
just curious, how did that
I was
process
just
go for you?
because I've been hanging out on the music side of Twitch a while, as at least, and
Got it.
listening to people.
So you had a good
I was
foundation of how it all
I
worked
knew
before.
I knew what a song list was,
Mm-hmm.
and how that, and I've requested in people's chats.
Right, right.
And my mom has some underlying difficulties with COVID, so she's in quarantine.
Okay.
Or me and my brother made her quarantine.
Well, yeah, that me too. I did that to
Uh,
my mom because she was like
yeah.
still working, and I'm like, no, dude, like stop, fucking
Stay at
stop.
home. You stay at home 1 year, and you can live perhaps 20 more, or
Yeah.
you can go out now
But
and just go. No, but I. Yeah.
well,
But she was very nice and listened to us.
yeah, my mom too. She was very, very. She was like, okay, fine, I'll stop working. She didn't want to, but she
But
did.
I used to go to my mom's place once or every 2 weeks and play or just hang out with her.
Oh,
She's one of my best friends, and we would
oh,
talk about it, just shoot the shit. I would lie on her couch, play guitar whilst we were talking, and just hang out. And I missed playing for her and playing music. So I thought I'll try this. I'll try this streaming thing. And one of my brother's friends PM'd me on Steam, going, "So when will you do one of those quarantine concerts?" And I went, "That's perhaps something I should do."
yeah.
So I went to a local electronic store and bought the last webcam they had.
Oh wow, yeah. So
And the
you
day
got in
after, I had my
right
yeah,
before the flood, right? Like right before the
it was the
rush.
last webcam that was on the shelf.
Hell yeah, it was.
And
Oh,
then the day after, I tried my first stream, and I posted on Facebook,
what?
going, if anyone wants some lunch music, well, since it's afternoon when I stream in
Mm,
Europe."
okay, and I mean,
And I had 2 or 3 viewers for the first few weeks,
yeah.
and I streamed an hour at a time. And then I was rated by Jasmine Music, who is
Oh,
a
okay.
wonderful German music streamer. She is a terrific musician,
Mhm.
and she started in January. So she sent her fam to me, and that's how I met Bucky Bunker and
Oh,
Pine Branch.
oh, nice. And those are your mods, right?
Those are my mods.
Yeah.
Those are my wonderful, trusted guardians of my brain, or whatever. They are my sandy filter, and they make the stream. I'm just a guy playing guitar and singing.
Dude, mod love for
They
real.
are the first thing that they are the ones who greet people. They are
Mm.
the ones who make the stream what it is, and the community, of course. But like the mods is so important.
Oh yeah, dude. I appreciate mod love, and I'm like, it's great because I have the opportunity to be a mod for my wife's channel. So it's like I
Yeah,
know
yeah,
what it is from both sides. You know, I know what it's like to have to when you have to, like, track down a troll, or like
yeah.
time motherfuckers out, or just or just setting off alerts, or just filling in the information. And my wife is Reina Mystique, dead side. We'll get
Oh, that's your. I should have
she's
put two and two together.
oh,
That's yeah. He's a wonderful music.
yeah. Let me give her a shout out here.
Oh,
I
she's
think
wonderful.
she's doing homeschool with our son right now, so I know she
Okay, yeah.
can't really mod all that great at this moment. So I'm gonna give her a shout out. Everybody, go follow my wife. She's an amazing music streamer. No, that's who I was streaming with when Sonny Maya rated us.
Okay.
And then I started my own stream, and we just started streaming separately because she wanted to get better
Yeah.
at the uke, and well, I just wanted to do this. so,
Yeah.
uh, so it worked out better that we started our own streams. But yeah, yeah, she's awesome, and she's killing it.
And
The
we have one. Sorry.
no, go ahead. We have what? What do we
We
have?
have I am Richard in the chat, and
Oh, and he's a streamer too. Oh yeah, but he's
I am Richard. He is one of the OGs for me. He started streaming last year in in the spring.
It's so funny. If you started last year, you're like the OG.
Well, I mean, all of us newcomers who started this year with the pandemic. I mean,
Right.
Richard was here before.
Right,
And like
right.
the Compliments and Barney Michael and those and Coffin Scarecrow and those
Right, yeah, all these people who
OGs of it.
started long like before, who are just sort of,
Yeah.
well, I'm just doing
who've
it.
been
Yeah.
making the platform what it is, and we could
Right.
step into this platform. So
Right.
they've made all the groundwork and made the communities.
Yeah, man. No,
And Richard
and he
has
was
been so helpful.
yeah.
I can't even begin to, because I was watching his stream. I was streaming with a Zoom, the Zoom H2N initially. That was what I was using for my YouTube videos.
Okay.
I asked him about his setup, and he answered during a stream quite just briefly. And then I came back another week and went, I've been thinking about you. I wanted to reply more. And then he asked me to join his Discord, and we talked for a while.
Nice.
And he sent me some links and helped me, and he sent some of his followers over to me.
Yeah, that's
So
beautiful. No, that's what I love about Twitch, that I feel like differs, at least for America, for my side of it. And even in the last few years, though, it's gotten better. But the community, the outreach, the willingness to help you, the willingness for people to sit there for hours from across the world to help you get your electronics and get your system set up, get your song list bought up, like just anything. It's just like the community that it fosters, from the behind the scenes from the chat itself to it's all about spreading love. It's all about giving props, and I love that that's part of the culture, because that is not part of the culture of being a musician in the real world.
Because there's career moves to be made in the real world. There's only there's a finite amount of places to perform.
Right, exactly.
There are just only so many venues and bookers or agents that can take you. But on Twitch, we all have the same. It's a level playing field.
Yeah. Yes. No.
We're all here because because everyone here is not as a sort of income initially, perhaps, but for the love of music and performing and connecting with people.
Right.
And if you really like that will shine through.
Mm-hmm.
And if you like to make a connection and talk to people, people will hopefully come back and respond to what you're doing.
Yeah, that idea of a level playing field you're so right, man, because my podcast, I mean, just on a small localized level, just as an example, is my podcast. I've been doing it for 5 years, and you know, some of my podcasts, they get like a few thousand downloads, but not one of those audience members has made it over here to Twitch. So like you can have even a platform before you come over. You who Questlove. I'm seeing Questlove with like 40 people in his chat, and he's not even talking to the chat. He's not doing anything. He's just spinning records, and you're like, this is fucking Questlove, man. It's like Little John. And there's nothing funny. T-Pain. My bad. I always get those two. Maybe T-Pain. There's nothing.
They're both here.
Yeah, exactly. And they're here, and like just because they had this huge platform didn't mean that they're just gonna come over and all of a sudden have 20,000 people in the chat. It was like they still have to show up, and they still like. There's nothing funny. They still have to go through the heartache of tech problems. It's nothing funnier than seeing T-Pain get mad about drop frames and shit. That shit's bad. It's just like it's the great equalizer, because like we all have to sort of go through this like growing pain, the learning process of it. And T-Pain. Oh shit! They call it murder. But yeah, the pain of and the stress that you can get, just like today, like my mixer wasn't turning on. I turned on the computer. Usually it turns on with the computer. Wasn't turning on. I'm like, oh.
I haven't changed anything since yesterday. Why isn't this working? Yes. I turned off the computer, and now the mic won't turn on. What in the... Yeah.
My secondary camera stopped working. Works for Facebook. Doesn't work for fucking Streamlabs.
Perfect.
Yeah, perfect. Not only does it work for Facebook, but it has the most beautiful, pristine picture for Facebook Messenger. It is just... you pull your hair out, but once you get it, and once you can sort of... because you're going to always run into these tech problems. But once you sort of work through it so many times, and you sort of you see that it's not the end of the world, and it's not. It feels like
and
it.
people are fine with
Yeah.
like you, because I guess as a gigging musician, you come in from the aspect of if something fails during a gig, you're not getting paid.
Right. Right.
Your ass is on the line. If
Exactly.
your gear malfunctions, you're out of. You perhaps travel to your gig and set up everything up, and it isn't working. And I had the same mindset when I started on Twitch, going, "Oh God, this is people gonna hate me. They're gonna leave me. They're gonna."
Yeah.
People just go, "No, it's fine. Things happened. You're human."
Right. Yeah, which is another
That's
great
wonderful.
thing. Yeah, exactly. Which is another wonderful aspect of this, is that people are forgiving and they understand, and it's okay, and like, don't beat yourself up, and it's like, hey,
You're
hugs.
you're in your own home.
Yes.
You're streaming from your office or whatever you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm streaming from my living room. We have a 2-room apartment with my wife.
It's beautiful. I mean, I absolutely love that. I absolutely love that idea that you just in your room, and then this coming from a gigging musician life, the idea of tearing down your gear at the end of a long night, and especially if it was a long night where like maybe no one was paying attention, or if there were people there, they were they're actively putting off the I'm not listening vibe by talking over your set, and those moments that sucks you dry. Your energy gets sucked dry when you're just dumping this emotion into an empty
And nothing happens. Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
There's nothing that bounces off back. It just goes. And so by the time you're done, you're drained, and then you have to tear down your fucking equipment. Embarrassingly tear down your equipment in front of everybody who just got done hating you.
A walk of shame.
The walk of shame. You got to take down your empty fucking tip
amps.
jar.
Like, fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
Musician, damn it.
Yeah. And then drive home, and then if it's snowing, God help you.
And then you come home, then you have to calm down.
Yeah.
And
then you have to calm down, and then by the time 5 a.m. comes, you're ready to go to sleep in this sad sleep malaise. Yeah.
And
So
now you can do this from the comfort of your own home.
And if no one shows up, fuck it. I had a good time. I'm just having a good time. No, if no one's there, I don't care. I'm just having fun. If someone is there, amazing. Thank you. I appreciate it. But
I think that is the way to do it.
Yes. And it's such an interesting way, like when you see like new streamers, like you can see potential in new streamers when when you see that there's nobody in their chat and they're still just having a chat, like they're still just talking about what they're doing, they're still doing it. It's like, for me, if a streamer is in there and they're constantly worried about how many people are in their chat, and they're constantly just worried about what they're saying, it's like, it's very much a turnoff. It's like when I Go ahead, please.
Do you have your viewership counter on, by the way?
Can you turn it off?
Are you using Streamlabs or OBS?
Streamlabs.
Just click the number, and it'll turn off.
Oh my God, that's amazing! I fucking hate that number. I hate that number. Because even though I try to play a game on myself where I don't look at the number. But I can't, because I'm still I have to check and monitor stuff.
Yeah.
And then
you say something, I'm just going to take a quick peek, and I won't let it affect me this time.
Right.
Oh my God, there's people leaving. Why are they leaving? Yeah. And now they're back. Did I do something good? And
and no matter how much you think that doesn't affect your performance, yes, it will. Even if it's the smallest increment, it will affect how you react. And
I mean, if someone leaves at a gig, you can tell by the way they left. If they go, bye, thank you so much for tonight. It was a pleasure, but we have to leave. We have whatever. Yeah. Bye. And Twitch is just someone leaves, and you go, did I do something wrong? There's suddenly just one less person here. What, did I do something? Was I not too? Was it too loud? Was I too quiet?
Did I not entertain you?
Yeah. Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained?
And I did the old school way. I put, before I discovered that you could click the numbers, I put Post-its on my screen.
That's a good idea.
But that would, I wouldn't say it became expensive, but it became like a hassle. There were too many Hostafar. Yeah, that had been an issue.
There are too many.
Had I had honks in the beginning of my streaming, I would have been very worried that I'd scare people off with the honks. But now, thankfully, we have a community where people honk,
Where honks are welcome.
and you either honk or you don't, and it's fine. And if you don't like honks,
Move
honk
along.
you.
Yeah,
Move
go
on.
honk yourself. All right.
I'd say 99% of all the other streams on Twitch are honk free. So.
I would say so
But if
too.
you appreciate a good honk, and then
If you appreciate a good honk, you go over to the Theo stream, but you get yourself some honks. I like this.
I can barely remember how that started.
That's that's the other thing is this idea of the community building itself. This idea of just fostering this energy,
and organically something comes out of it instead of trying to. I'm gonna make an inside joke.
Yeah.
How do you make an inside joke?
I'm gonna force this inside joke on everybody. You're gonna love it, everybody.
Much like a fine wine, you come to appreciate a fine honk over Theo's stream.
Yes,
Thank you, Hustafar.
You really do.
It's sort of like the wheel.
Yes.
The wheel loop is, it's something. It's my pride and joy. I at first I was ashamed of it. Then I was impressed by myself and proud. Now I'm ashamed and proud at the same time.
Well, it's become something more than just. It's become something more.
Transcended.
Yes, it has transcended into something more than just what it means to you, Theo. Like, your opinion about it means nothing anymore, okay? It has gone off. It has been swept away by the chat and embraced and loved. And
one of my mods has that as his ringtone.
That's amazing. If I could have it as if I knew how to do that, I would do that.
I'll send you an MP3 on that.
I actually decided to play it in the back so you guys can just know what we're talking about. It's playing behind us as we talk. Which at the beginning, as soon as I changed my music off and put yours on, like instantly I could think again. I could do and it's not even your best work, okay? This is not your best work, and it still brought me down to a level that I could communicate with everyone, kind of.
My brother asked me, what effects do you use for the loop? None. It's all natural, baby. It's all me.
It's all me.
It's a close proximity to an SM7B and then just horns in Ableton. Wheel.
Yeah, there. Wheel. I can't. I don't have that beautiful baritone.
It's the SM7B. It's all that magic.
Well, I like this thing, but I do like those SM7Bs because they have that really upfront sound. And that's one of the reasons why we got one of these 8Ks or Audio Technicas. These have a very upfront sound to it if you want to. Yeah. But if you don't want to, you can still have it off to the side and it'll still be full. Welcome to Gear Talk, where we talk about gear, which we do.
Well, that is also one thing of being Christian.
Yeah, we do talk about gear.
The gear, my God, the gear, all the gear.
How did that?
And the things you want to buy, and the things you.
Well, and the things that you can't even buy because everyone is buying them.
Yes, I want an Elgato. Like those capture cards.
Yes. This fucking capture card. I had to get one of these sorry ass Aver
off-brand, the Walmart version of Elgato.
No, I didn't get that. But it was definitely it's an Aver capture card that has some kind of weird sound. It has some kind of weird sound underneath. Oh, I didn't push record. Damn it. Oh well, I'll have to get the audio from the video. Damn it.
From the VOD.
Yeah, God damn it! I keep doing that. I love my mixer because you can record and use it as a USB mixer and everything all at once, and of course, and because I can separate the tracks on here and make them sound beautiful for the audio release. But now I can't because I forgot to push record. So there you go. I waited 2 months for my capture card. And I had a camera just lying there waiting for me. Yeah, it's just right now it's insane. Like when you're saying back in March when you got the last camera, that is exactly
it's not even like one of those Logitech 920s.
Yeah,
this is the Razer Kaio, which is a great webcam though, but it's not the one I wanted because they were sold out.
Right, you're just like, well, I guess I'll get this one before there's nothing.
I'll take this.
No, I had no idea. This is how naive I am. I had no idea, and my wife was like, we should just buy this. And I was like, no, you can get way cheaper on Amazon. And she was like, well, we're here at Best Buy. Let's just get it. Let's just get it. I'm like, no. We'll get it in a couple days. And so we didn't get it. and we ended up ordering it, and it took about 2 to 3 weeks, and this whole
Yeah.
time we were lucky that it only took 2 to 3 weeks. We were one of the first ones to sort of get it, and then I think Best Buy ended up selling out, and then we couldn't get it anywhere, and then of course I was the asshole. And which I was the asshole. Fair enough. I was always listen to your wife. Yes, always listen
Yes.
to
Happy
my-
wife, happy life.
Yeah, no, you know what? Like, a lot of people look at me with that sincere, like, earnest look that you just gave me, that another man gives another man when imparting wise words. I ignored those looks for so long in life. I ignored those for so long.
Felsish is my wife.
Can you not clap? Can you not clap for yourself, Reina? Please. Can you not give yourself a round of applause?
Listen to your wife.
Wait a second. Who's your wife?
Felsish.
Oh, Fel is your wife. Oh, cool. Oh, wife chuckle. Wife chuckle. Okay.
Yes.
Hello, wife chuckle. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting your husband. So yeah,
She's been very supportive.
I mean, God, they have to be if they have to deal with the likes of musicians.
I think wife is probably the reason I'm doing this, or I would never be able to do this without her.
Yeah, well, air horn for the wife.
For one, she puts up with my bullshit and my shenanigans, sitting here yelling and playing horn, or and making and she works from home. She works as a graphic designer.
Oh,
and
nice.
she helps with her work. She does graphic layouts and stuff like that. And she has to listen to me at the same time while working from home. So we share an office space where I'm sitting here with a guitar honking.
And she's doing real work. She's like doing.
And she sits there doing, yep.
She's doing the real work while you're over here honking, making your career on Twitch, which is beautiful. And I have to say, absolutely, my wife is the reason why I'm doing any of this. Like, she has supported. Thank you for the claps. Your favorite today. She has supported me and put up with my shenanigans. And my goodness, she had a lot of shenanigans to put up with. I used to drink a lot, and it's just
Same here.
Oof. Were you a heavy drinker and then lightened up, or did you have to quit completely?
I started my sobriety this week. Not this week. That was a Freudian slip. No.
Oh.
This year I started my sobriety.
Oh wow!
But I've relapsed.
Oh okay.
With the intention of relapsing for a week or a. I went to Strömstad and I met Iron Richard in July.
Oh cool!
And we drank we had some beers.
Yeah.
And that was fine. And I didn't have an urge when I came back.
Yeah. So at the beginning of the
but
year.
Before that, I was drinking a lot. It's the music business, and you hang out in pubs. Everyone you meet is a musician. Everyone drinks. Everyone smokes and talks. Right. That is how you hang out with people who works the bar staff who all drink after hours and they all smoke, and you go to nightclubs and you hang out with them, and that is your life.
I am Richard. Feels guilty now. I hope you're happy. I hope you planned relapse. Yeah, I am guilty. Air horn.
It was all fine, just trying to see how I don't need alcohol to have a good time.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
which has been how that like society puts that on you too. You have to drink to have fun.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No, you don't.
And all your friends want to buy you drinks all of a sudden. They're like, "Come on,
yeah. Just one." Have you seen Old School?
Yes.
Frank the Tank.
Yes. That was
guy.
You. Theo's Frank the Tank. Frank the Tank. Frank the Tank. So wait, so you were a happy, jovial drunk. You didn't get mad or mean or rude.
No, just a super happy drunk.
You just
super friendly.
Just
want to hug people and hang out with people and going, "We're gonna do this. We have to do this." And yeah, yeah.
See, I wish that was me. I wish that I could just be like the happy, jovial drunk instead of the guy who's screaming obscenities in the streets and grabbing inappropriately to my friends and all the horrible things that come along with alcohol. I was me.
It has its backsides. Yeah.
It mostly was my mouth that ran on much too much, but but yeah, I had to stop. I had to stop completely too. So it's only been a few months for you then.
Yeah,
How you liking it? How was the?
I'm good.
Yeah. Well, you know,
I
it's
I had I,
it's
I
probably a
had the
little.
urge to have a whiskey the other night for the first time.
Wow. Did,
Just like the mouth feel and the taste. I longed for that.
oh yes.
Of drinking like a
Me too.
what the hell is it called? It's a brand I enjoy drinking. But I realized that if I drink one whiskey, that will not be enough. I will want a second one,
Right.
and then I will want a beer as a chaser or something, because then you get a bit good in your balls, and you go, oh, this is nice, and then
Yes.
it's on like Donkey Kong,
Oh yeah. Well, and
and it's 4 in the morning, and you're going, wow.
were you a blackout kind of guy, or did you stay?
No,
See, I mean, you were made for drinking.
sadly.
Then. Yeah, I mean, not that I'm trying to
But
encourage
still,
you.
I had like perfect recall of all the shit I said during the night.
Right.
So
But
I could sometimes wish that I had a blackout, and I go, why did I say that? Why did I say that?
well, that's one side of it, but there's also nothing worse than like getting those texts or calls in the morning. It's like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Why would you say
Yeah.
that to Maria? Why did you make fun of her dead
I've
dad?
had friends who've had that. Yeah.
Why would you call her dead dad a dead asshole? You know, like whatever, which is a real story. But
My word.
but it's like the fact that there's this lapse of time, this momentary lapse of reason, which is not that great of a Pink Floyd album, by the way. But when you do have these momentary lapses of reason,
Yeah.
it's fucking scary, man, because like you don't know what I'm doing. And towards the end, like I was really getting obnoxious. And so like the next day would always be like the horror show of like I have to explain myself to my wife, I have to explain myself to my friends, I have to fucking apologize,
Yeah.
do the apology tour. And you know, and then you find out what
that general sense in the body of being hungover.
oh god.
The whole, and then add the added shame to that.
Oh yes, and the
Yeah.
anxiety and
Yeah, and feeling like you're gonna die, your heart's exploding.
oh my god.
That's the one. And you pay for that luxury. You pay good money to pour that into your system.
You pay
to feel
good
like
Swedish
a
money
can
for
of-
that.
to feel like hot burning garbage the day after.
It is funny that
That was worth $100 to feel like that. That's
Yeah,
perfect. You're
but-
a genius, Theo.
at one time it was though, right? Like at one time
It
it was
was,
like
yeah.
that was awesome. I had a good
Yeah.
night.
When you were young and you judged every night out by going how drunk you were and how injured you felt waking up, and then go, wow, I was completely ripped, man.
That was
Woke up at-
awesome.
I haven't woken up for 2 days. That was a good night.
And the luxury of not having to wake up for 2 days as well is
Yeah, and being hungover was that you were a bit hungry and tired. You thought you were hungover, but you were a bit exhausted, a bit lethargic. Not the hungover I am now, going, this might be final. I might have done this to myself now.
this is no.
I might have. That is my worst fear. To have that sense of hungoverness, permanent.
Oh.
To that be a permanent condition.
I couldn't
And
imagine.
just having that sluggish.
Well, I heard that getting what is it when you have to get dialysis. Do you know what dialysis is? I heard that getting dialysis is like the after feeling is something measured to being hungover, because your energy is completely wiped and you just feel terrible. I mean, your blood has just been completely sucked out of your body, ran through filters, and then pumped right the fuck back into you. So obviously,
and you pay for that.
and you pay good money for that. You pay good money for that, to stay alive.
Which you have nothing back. It's
Yeah.
an investment. I smoked for several years as well.
Cigarettes
was,
or weed?
Cigarettes. Weed
Oh.
is illegal in Sweden.
Is it? That's stupid.
Weed, yeah.
Yeah. that's
Weed
dumb.
it's super illegal.
Oh, really? How like go to prison illegal?
Yeah.
Ah, fun. That's
Yes. It's fun. Fun legislation.
but in Denmark it's legal, right? Or is that
No, it's not. It's in Copenhagen, in Christiania. It's like but they're trying to legalize it. I think it's decriminalized. At least in Denmark.
I see.
Which I think it should be in Sweden as well. I don't think there should be a
Yeah, I mean,
penalty for enhancing your mind.
yeah, I don't. I think the world should take the rod out of its ass. I agree. it's so silly, and the fact that
But it comes down to, like, as always, as with alcohol, use and abuse.
yes,
There are people that can use alcohol and marijuana recreational,
mm,
and there's people who where it
abuse,
becomes sort of the persona of them. Like for me, for instance.
mm,
So I had to take a step back from alcohol to find out who I am without drinking.
yeah,
I watched Friends. Do you remember the episode with Fun Bobby?
yes,
It's
Fun
Monica's
Bobby.
boyfriend who stops drinking.
He stopped
who is
drinking.
not Fun Bobby.
He's not fun anymore. Yeah.
And I told her, that is my biggest fear of all, to become Fun Bobby.
You are now
That
fun.
I'm only funny when I'm drinking, and then just a sad sack of tears.
That's exactly what happened to me. But but I should back up, because that's not, because anytime that people knew I was drinking and I was coming out with them, they were like, "Oh God, will you please just try not to fucking be an asshole?" Like it got to the point where I just Hi.
And I just saw Reina's.
I know. Hi. Yeah. The getting wasted, I equated to having fun, and I didn't know if I could have fun after. And I remember how pathetic I was, because my wife, God bless her, she gave me the ultimatum. She was like, "Yo, it's like, I'm done with this bullshit. It's like, it's either this or that." Yeah, fuck yeah. I mean, imagine being married to a fucking louse, a fucking drunken dipshit, who you can't even take anywhere, because this is the man I love. Everybody, he's falling over, grabbing fucking dudes' dicks. You know, like,
when you're acting like Rick and Morty.
Exactly. Like, I get it. Like, what respectable woman wants some falling over dipshit as their representative in life? You know, it's like, no, I get it. And rightfully.
How long have you been sober for?
Since 2011. It was like,
wow.
I quit drinking on our anniversary. Go figure.
My man, huh?
Yeah, my man. My ultimate gift to my wife was sobriety. But yeah, it's been about 8 years, and I did relapse once.
Wow.
And I had a wonderful time relapsing. It was wonderful. I had good liquor, I had good whiskey, and it was warm, and it was like the weather was cold, so it was like the perfect. I was drinking with friends who I hadn't seen in years, and like we were just sharing a glass of whiskey, and then another glass, and then another glass,
another one,
another one, and then we went out to the bars, and but
there you go.
But it was amazing. It was a beautiful night for me. It was sort of just this way of getting, because it had been 5 years since I drank when I relapsed. So this was a couple years ago, and it was really fun. And I don't want to drink anymore. I hate drinking. I hate drunk people. Like, I don't even like being around drunk people. But goddamn, dude, sometimes I just want to sit there and just. But and
enjoy.
But like, for me, it was a long process of getting to know who I was, because for years I was abusing alcohol and drugs. And so I didn't know who I was, and it turned out that I was a major asshole and angry and just literally just not really a great person in general. And so over the last few years, luckily with my wife and with our son being born and being abstinent of alcohol, I'm actually a human being again. You know what I mean? But I feel like a stunted human being. I feel like I'm actually 27 instead of 37 because I drank those years. And I feel like a fucking child now, and like my emotional state and stuff. So I've really, like, I'm serious. I really had to start from like basically like a prepubescent teenager and work my way up into adulthood as a 30-year-old man. As a 30-year-old man, I had to fucking start over and learn how to be a person who can like walk through the day without freaking out or being sad or whatever it is. Yeah. I appreciate your kudos. I do, but it's still I owed it to my wife and to myself.
Especially to yourself. Yeah. Because
please.
It comes down to you at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly.
You're the one going to sleep with yourself. Yeah. You're stuck with your thoughts and fears and what you've done. And I mean, you could always choose to. What you did is the harder way to do it. You could also just keep drinking and abusing more.
Yeah, I could have been like,
That is
well,
the easy way to just stay in it, going
fuck you.
fuck
Yeah,
them.
yeah,
They don't understand me,
yeah.
or
No,
and then
that's the mentality that people sort of build up around their abusive nature. They just sort of like
yeah,
people just don't understand who I am. This is who I'm fucking broken. I'm a piece of shit, and this is how I'm gonna deal with it. You know, like
yeah,
that's bullshit. It's bullshit, and it's just it's an easy way to just continue the same trajectory of making the same mistake
yeah.
over and over again.
I have the same thing with social media, or
Mm-hmm.
like browsing Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
When you do that to pass the time, you lie on your couch. Perhaps
Yeah.
you're watching Netflix,
Mm-hmm.
and you scroll your phone and you go, I'm not doing all these fantastic things that people are doing.
Yes.
And then you get sad, and then you browse more because your brain goes, but this is also dopamine.
Yeah.
And then you just keep spiraling. So I'm getting more sad. That's like a dog eating chocolate and getting more and more sick, but still eating.
It's just like,
This is turtle, but also.
It is, and I like seriously. It gets to the point sometimes where I have to, where I throw my phone across the couch because I'm like, I literally have to separate myself from my phone because just
Physically,
by
yeah.
picking it up and then it glows at you, of course, and
Yeah.
and then you see all those beautiful notifications, yeah. And the fact that I'm looking at all these notifications, like sometimes just sickens me to my core, and like I just have to step away, and I have to do something like else. I have to go like read a book or play guitar or be
Yeah.
with my son or
Meditate.
meditate,
Yeah.
because it seriously is like, it's like, you know how you can eat so much sugar and then you hit this wall.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's so good at first, but then you hit this wall and you
Yeah.
just feel it.
Going,
It
why did
literally,
I?
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And then, like you're saying, you know, like a dog, you just sort of lap
Yeah.
up the vomit and just keep puking it back up because you want to fucking stay in the now,
You want the hit
man.
of, yeah.
Yeah, I want that hit
people
of
are doing this.
Yeah. It's shitty, man.
And I don't think we're built for this.
Nope.
And this is so new as well.
Yeah.
And we haven't really realized how to set boundaries for ourselves with using phones. Or
Not.
they're talking a lot in Sweden about like limiting screen time for your kids, and like perhaps that should be like a global thing. Just try not to use your phone.
Well, yeah, and they kind of have some places sort of do suggest that, but I mean, we're in America here, man. Like they're just like, buy now, throw it away, buy now, throw that shit away, buy another one, buy more, yeah.
Another one.
Yeah, another one. Yeah, exactly. Just get another one, and it's oh yeah, and it's woo, and it's all of that. You know, that's America, baby. It's America. We don't give a fuck over here. Like in Ohio,
I think we're approaching a turnaround, or what's it called? A reaction to this, another movement where people will try to disconnect. And I think Twitch, being like the Twitch is also somewhat addictive, and I spend a lot of time on Twitch.
Time and money.
I know we have young sub here, Jack. Don't mean to call you out, Jack, but he is the spider of Twitch for me, or the guy in the web. He knows everything about Twitch.
That's awesome. You gotta have those guys.
And he is wonderful, and he's such a connector. And but he is, I mean, he does something productive when he was on Twitch. I view Young Sub as a man who is extremely good, well versed at networking. And building long-lasting relationships with people, not in the way of trying to network in the sense of just meeting someone for favors now, but building a connection with someone.
Yeah, for sure.
Whereas I just spend time lurking and getting anxious about my lack of viewers, my setup, stuff like that.
Yeah. Even though you see, I mean, people show up for you, and even though you see more and more people are showing up for you, you're still having
it's climbing, but it's still a feeling of, am I doing something wrong? Should I be doing more?
But you are good, Theo. Sound of maggots.
Thank you so much.
You're good. I was just curious on sort of backtrack a little bit, but when you quit drinking, did you have any sort of effects? Like, did you have any anxiety? Did you have any sort of like just separation anxiety from alcohol? Did
none at all. I was just super happy.
Wow, that's interesting. So like you were at a point,
smooth transition.
You were at a point where you're like, I'm ready for this.
I am fed up with this. Yeah.
Yeah. I was not.
I remember coming home drunk from gigs, or not from gigs, I didn't drink during gigs, but I drank after gigs, and I hung out with regulars, and I was shooting the shit. After party at someone's apartment, you come home and your wife is brushing her teeth on her way to work, and you come in going, "Oh, I had the best night of my life," and you always have the best night of your life. Theo, you've been saying that for 2 months now.
It's been the best night of your life.
And I remember saying to her, I'm gonna change. I'm gonna make amends. And then I remember when I saying to her, I'm not gonna say it again. I'm just gonna show you that I'm even in business. I won't even say this again. I'll stop drinking. I'll just stop drinking.
Yeah.
And then I stopped drinking.
And then she's like, "Oh, I mean,"
and just deciding that this is happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then talking about my sobriety with her, or talking about how weird it is and how it feels. And
yeah, that's the important part, man. It really is. I mean, just stopping is not the whole part of it. Like recovery is like you have to. Like I wish I would.
Your whole life is.
It is.
It's getting altered.
Yeah, and it's on every corner. It's in every store. It's there. It's waiting for you. And I forgot what I was gonna say. Fuck it. But it's you do have this these moments when you're drunk or when you're hungover, where you're like, oh God, I'll never do it again. But then you find yourself doing it again, and even though you know what the end result is, it's like you're just, I'm just doing. Here I am
checking
again.
Notifications on your phone.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like, and even though I took this as an example, I still made sure I read that fucking notification when I saw it.
Because it's text.
Even though I was just holding it up just to show you guys, I still know that Luke's story started a live video. So it's there you go.
Shout out to Luke Video.
Yeah, hey, man, it's but so you were very ready for this. I love that. I love that. I love that. I wish that I was, because mine was, it was very hard and it was pathetic. Which
abrupt.
It was abrupt. Like I was like halfway crying, like, you can't do this to me. How am I gonna do it? It was pathetic. Like when I think of who that person was, like I don't have disdain, but it's definitely this it's definitely like this separation, like that's, even though I know that is me and that is a part of me and that's in me, like that is not me. You know what I mean? Like and like I've like cut that shit off. It's like the moldy end of cheese. You know what I'm saying? Like, get out of here. But yeah, man.
I know it's a part of me, but it's not who I am.
Right, exactly. This drug, this alcohol, this beer is not gonna control me. And what's interesting about it is that once I got sober, is like that's when my career in music started. That's when obviously I started.
Oh, cool.
That's when I was actually started to work as a musician. Because before that, I was just a drunk guy ruining musician sets. You know what I mean? I was just up there fucking planking away, being drunk off my ass. And, you know, I burned a lot of bridges.
Yeah.
But everything changed. Everything was better. I mean, like, I had to get a hold of my shit, but, like, it was better, man. Like it just, my cognitive functionality, just like, the fact that I can even have conversations with people that I don't know, because this used to be terrifying. This idea used to be terrifying for me, to just talk to some guy I don't know, especially if it's someone who I'm a fan of, you know, like it's someone who I admire. But that used to be, but that idea of, especially doing it sober, was just like a very, it's fucking freezing. And so,
this is one of those times I would have had a beer before. Had this been last year, I would have had a beer before this talk, because I was very nervous about this and terrified.
Yeah. How's it going? How do you feel? How do you feel right now?
I'm feeling super now. Super happy to talk with you. It just feels like we've known each other for a while and just shooting the shit.
I'm glad that's how you feel, because I try to do it like that. I mean, not try.
You have a great vibe. And we have a great vibe. It's easy to talk to you.
Well, I appreciate that, but let me just tell you, that took years
I can imagine.
Work. And I mean, like, when you listen to those old, when I listen to those old podcasts I did, it's unlistenable. Like, I can't, it's like I'm sitting there stammering. It really just doing this, and especially doing it sober, like has changed my life in such a way that I could just never go back to any other way. It just it's been the best decision that I've made. Um, yeah,
You have
ever. You know?
so much more time being sober
Yeah, you do.
and energy to focus on
You
the things that
remember
you
the
want to do.
shows that you see. You remember like I used to go. The one and only time I saw John Mayer, who I love. I mean, he's not my favorite, but I love John Mayer. The only time I saw him was on his what's the album that had Gravity and like the album. Anyways,
Cal studies.
no, that was the one before. It was the one after that. It has Continuum. Thank you, Reina. Continuum. So like that to me, that was his pinnacle. That's his sort of his peak of his creativity. Although he has plenty more beautiful albums, but
Yeah.
I got to see that concert, and I was so trashed that I remember like the first song, and that's it. And like same way with Dave Matthews Band. Like, you know, all these shows that I've missed, even though I was there jumping and screaming and having a good time.
Thinking that you had a good time. Yeah.
Having the best times that I'll never remember. It's just, I'm really happy for you, man. I'm glad that you chose that. And
Thanks.
Even though
I started a few.
Please, I'm
sorry.
Fucking technology. At least we could do this, but
Yeah.
it does make it easy to talk over each other. Yeah, please. I forgot what I was gonna say already, so please.
Because I started my journey of self-improvement 2 years ago.
Oh, cool.
When I stumbled upon meditation.
Oh, nice.
And I've been working as a substitute teacher in Sweden.
Mm-hmm.
To make ends meet before I could go full-time music. And we had a person coming and talking about mindfulness and stuff like that. And I thought it was such a joke, and that it was some sort of hippie new age thing with mindfulness. And then I met my cousin, who's from Austria, and I haven't met her since I was like a kid. And her husband is a Tibetan monk.
Oh wow.
He's from England originally, but he moved to Tibet, and is now a monk. And they were visiting my dad, and we were talking about religion and stuff.
Yeah.
And he didn't talk about his faith or how he practiced. Yeah. And I was interested, and I asked, so why do you meditate? What is like the benefit? Because he would do that every day. And I asked him what the benefit of meditation was, and he said it's like, you know, when you sit in a boat and you try, if you're in a lake and you try to see the bottom of the lake, if the water's all moving, you can see the bottom. So picture your mind the same way. If you can keep your mind still, you can see what's at the bottom or what's nagging you. I went, okay, that's a cool explanation. And then I saw the ad for Headspace, the app, and I did my first course with that, and then I tried that for a few times, got out of the habit, got back into it, and now for almost 2 years, I've been doing it every day.
Wow, how long do you go for?
At least 15 minutes per day, at least.
And what's your sort of method?
They have different courses, so I did a few of their ways of doing it. But it's mostly like a breath thing, where I first sit down and I get comfortable, and I feel how I'm grounded, how I'm sitting. I feel how my body sounds, and then I make focus, see how my body's doing, and then I focus on my intent of the exercise, why I'm doing it, which is to bring acceptance to myself and what I do, and then I just focus on my breath.
Is there any counting?
And I breathe in. Yeah, I breathe in and out, and every in breath is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then up to 10, and then you start over. And it's just that for me. That helps me a lot. That helps me like balance out, and
especially with the sobriety and stuff.
Yeah,
but even before that, right? Like just
yeah, especially having that job in Gothenburg with a raft, where there's a lot of partying, a lot of meeting new people, and a lot of stress.
Yeah, a lot of stress, a lot of new people.
So just keeping in touch with who you are and just sorting through and labeling things, because things drift into your head and you can go, this is just a thought. How do I feel about this thought? Is this positive, neutral, or negative? Positive, good, branded, sorted. Don't have to do that again. Which helps me declutter my mind.
Absolutely. Meditation has completely changed just the idea of mindfulness, has completely changed the way that I function. Is completely. I mean, it
Cool.
changed my life
Yeah.
because I am someone who for the smallest or most obscure reason can not fly into a rage. I'm not like one of those people who just start throwing shit and screaming, but like just
But you
this
get
anger. Just
intense stress,
I get
sort
intense
of. Yeah.
anger, but it's just no, it's anger.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's not
Okay.
call
It's
it
anger.
anything.
Okay.
It is anger,
Okay.
but
Okay.
I'm not like
Okay.
one of those people who are like throwing shit and all that. It can go there, but it's not how it is. It's just I can be very rude and shit. So it really it was everything because I'll just respond to people, and if they say something to me, I won't even think about what I'm saying, and I'll just say the first fucking thing that comes out of my stupid fucking mouth. And a lot of the times, it's either rude or cutting or smart ass or just unnecessary things to sort of just yeah, because I'm feeling a certain way. I'm just gonna throw out this mouth garbage and make everybody have to ingest it,
Yeah.
which is just sending out bad vibes, really. Uh, so to be able to sit back for even if it's just a split second before you react and before you just start saying stupid ass shit,
And go.
hey, let's process this real quick. Like, let's sort it out. Let's make sure that this. What is this going to
Whoa,
be?
Nelly. Yeah.
Yeah, is this going to push the conversation forward? Is this going to stall the conversation? Is this going to take the conversation in a negative way? Is this what is this going to do? How is this going to help? How like and this is something that I've had to train my brain to do in instances just over the last 7-8 years, and it's really hard not to be a smartass. I don't know if you know that, but like when you have a very smart ass thing to say, you just want to say it
Yeah.
fast
Yeah.
and loud and in motherfuckers' faces. And so intelligence and being rude is kind of a shitty combination for some, especially for me. But it is what happens. So
That is, but just need to respond to
please,
your
please.
favorite today. Is it true? Is it kind? Is it necessary? That is so great to
Oh yeah.
if you can put this into your if you can have that as a internal thing, a filter before you speak, that would be great.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Your favorite today. That is a great thing for to spend. We're almost done. Paya?
Wow, we were talking for 2 hours.
Yeah,
Holy
we're almost
hammer.
done. We're gonna play a game here. We're gonna wrap up. I know these. We've been and it's late for you too. Do you usually go to bed pretty late, or are you early?
Yeah, I'm a musician.
Well, I mean that don't mean shit
Yeah.
anymore. Like,
Yeah. Well, quarantine. It's been up and down. I'm trying to keep a sleep schedule now.
hmm yeah, it helps.
I mean, some nights I'll sit up until 2 the other night and learn the basics of Photoshop because that was so much fun.
It is fun, dude. I
But
love
it's
Photoshop.
I'm married to she's a wizard of Photoshop, and
Ah.
whenever I have a need for Photoshop, I can just ask her.
Mm.
So I feel like a toddler. Well, can you help me, please? Or a
That's-
T-Rex with measure going,
That-
make banner good.
that
And
is
then-
me so much. You should like at the beginning of the streaming when I started streaming, it was every 5 seconds. Reina, come in here.
Fel, how do I make this bar?
Yeah.
What is opacity? Why is this looking like this?
Dude, it's every day, and like even today, she was like, "How do you expect me to get anything done when you assholes want everything from me?" She didn't call us assholes, everybody, but she might as well have. She might as well have. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, anything else you want to add about meditation? Because for me, it's just changed my life in the best ways.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
Mindfulness has really, and also playing music, you can focus on the song you're doing.
Yes, because
It lets you, because when I play gigs, I could get a feeling of being very in touch with my feelings when I was singing certain songs.
Yeah.
And being drunk or hungover. Hungover is also very good for being able to project your feeling because you feel like trash and you're pathetic, and you can use that as your fuel. But with mindfulness, you can just also just focus on what you're doing and that feeling.
Yeah.
Unless you're reading chat and people are honking. Then it's...
That's so different. That's the other thing about chat was like when I added Chet to the whole conversation, it's like I'll go talk to Chet and then forget what I'm talking to you about. And it's like, oh well, okay, next I guess. Been photoshopping for 13 years. Yeah, do it. No, you
And
can't.
Kaftison is Felt's mom, so it's my mother-in-law,
Okay. So
and she is also a wizard of the creative cloud,
wow. Well, there you
or the
go.
creative sphere.
Well, there you go. You married the right person.
I married into a very, very, very smart family.
That's good. Do you consider your family a smart family?
I consider my family very smart.
Okay, you hesitated there for a second. I didn't want to. I'm not
Very,
trying to put you on the spot. I get it. I think
I can see that.
My family's very intelligent. It's like, but you know, so I have family members that are dipshits, you know, or kind of dumb. But whatever, you know, every family does. This is how it goes.
Everyone like we always like talking growing up in my family.
That's great.
So I come from a lot like analyzing and talking about stuff.
Oh, I love
and
that.
my dad's and both mom and dad read a lot and are well versed with a lot of different topics.
Oh, yeah.
So I love exploring things.
That's so cool, man. Like I love that. I love that I love that idea, that classic idea of a family sitting around the table and like expounding on real things and not just how was your day, Timmy? You know, it's like, oh my God, did you see
school okay? School okay going for you, buddy?
Yeah, that's fine. But like at our dinner table, shit turns into like, you know, the economy and like the impending doom of you know, of small business in America. You know, it's like it goes there. I love that. I love it. Well, not just politics, but yeah, your favorite today knows. But you know, just talking about things that are beyond surface things, because you see in some of these families that they'll be very closed off and they don't want to share certain bits of information, and you don't want to tell your kids about sex too young because then they'll want to impregnate everybody.
Have sex,
yeah, but it's actually the exact opposite. It's actually the exact opposite in how this works. It's like as soon as you start withholding information from a person, the first thing they're going to want to do is know that information. And to sit there and tell your kids like, you can't do this and you can't do that, and we're not going to be talking about sex here, goddammit, or I'll wash your mouth out with soap. You know, you're gonna make baby Jesus cry. It's that puritanical bullshit that sort of grows these like very just, I don't know, like people who kind of grow up where they're sheltered and they weren't able, you know, they end up getting pregnant at 16 or they have these horrible meltdowns.
And they continue the spiral of
Exactly, because no one prepared them. I love the fact that my son's sitting there listening to me talk about dick and balls, but also the impending doom of the small businesses in America. Or
because life is all of that.
It is.
And you can sort of shield them from the harsh truth that they can discover themselves, but they can know that it's out there, and you don't have to know the extent of the people getting killed all the time. But you can like there's injustices in the world.
Yes, and he knows, and I don't care. Like he's got to know. Like he's got to know these things. There's no way that I'm gonna put out a human being in this world that doesn't know how to fucking grow their own food, how to cook their own fucking meal. How to fucking we still gotta work on those tying their own shoes things, but you know he's gonna know how to tie his own shoes. Goddammit, you know, like I'm not gonna have, you know, it's just these are some basics that there's I just refuse to put out there in the world. It's like of all the shitty things that people are putting out in the world, I refuse for my son to be another shitty thing that's put onto the world. So it's important. It's important to talk to your kids. It's important to have open conversations, and I love that your parents did that with you.
And pie.
Pie.
And the
We'll get to the games, buddy. I'm trying to have a conversation here, sir, or ma'am, or they.
Both.
Both. Listen, they.
Simon. They. Yeah, that's the preferred pronoun, I think.
Listen here, they. We'll get to the games when we get to the games. No, I love you, Pi. Thank you for being here.
What was I gonna say?
I don't know.
No, I was talking on the stream today about kindness. I'm playing a song every day now called "Be More Kind" by Frank Turner. It's such a great song. And my mother has instilled for me from a young age that she'd not prefer, but she wants me to be kind. To be kind and a good person. That is more important to her than me being successful at business or whatever.
Wow, your mom doesn't care about you at all, does she? Just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, that's a beautiful
It's
sentiment.
such a great thing to have in your back.
Yeah.
And I don't have the need to succeed in. I want to succeed in business, but my self-worth doesn't come down to how much I make.
Right.
It's how I interact with people.
Right. And how you interact
And how
with
I treat
people
myself.
and how you treat
Yeah.
yourself. Yes. That's huge, man. That's such a huge thing. And one thing that we teach our son is, is being grateful. Being grateful for the
Yeah.
things you have, because there's so many people in the world that don't have the things that he has, and he's very lucky because he has a much, I would say he is just, I don't know, like I feel like he's had more of an exciting life than I did or my wife did when we were growing up, but I mean that's all perspective. But I think he's great. He's doing wonderful. He's 6. He's in first grade. And he reads at a 3rd grade level. Homeschool, baby.
Wow.
Homeschool.
That's brilliant.
That's dad. That's dad. No, I'm just kidding. And mom. I'm not gonna.
And Reina, yeah.
Reina is definitely the driving force in this family. That was a beautiful way. Do you have any any new music that you plan on releasing? Because you got.
I'm writing some original music.
Yeah.
This has really got me like. I'm sitting up late at night writing not songs but thoughts. I've been like journaling. And some of those things have turned into songs. So I'm going to try to record those either at home and try my hand at mixing myself and then just send it to be mastered. Or I'm going to pay a friend who I know several guys here in town who has studios.
Yeah.
So I'll see how that goes.
Do you enjoy the writing process?
I hate it.
Well, that's why I asked. I mean, because a lot of people are like, "Oh, I love the writing process," but there's a lot of people who are like, "It's awful."
It is the worst thing.
What's the worst thing for you? What's the worst part about it?
Coming up with something original.
It's like having a good idea.
Well, the whole shebang of like going, I need to say something clever, and I need to say something. And I don't need to say anything. There's so many good songs. I mean, Frank Turner wrote the song "Be More Kind." It's in the title, "Be More Kind." The song is done. I don't need to write that song, and I don't know what I'm going to write a song about.
Well, you could give your perspective on what kindness means to you.
Speaking, because I started writing a song recently. Me and my wife went for a wonderful Sunday walk, and we there's a museum close to where we live. It's about the history of the town and nautical things and stuff like that. And we were watching it looked like an old guard post or like a little thing for guards to be in. And we stood there wondering, what is it? And then an older gentleman walked up to us and said, "Oh, so I can see that you're wondering what this is. Well, let me tell you." And then he started talking to us about that, and I was very intrigued. And he said it came from a time when we called fascists something else. And I went, "What, sir?" And then it became clear that we were not on the same level political wise. and this is the guy who came up to me and started talking to me, and he was talking about how they're trying to put Sharia laws in Sweden, in Malmo, and I went, "Dude, no." And then he went, and then it continued on. So this conversation went on for 2.5 minutes. At the end of this conversation, he said, "I hope someone slits your throats," and then he walked off, or we walked off at the same time. And that is like 2.5 minutes of him approaching us, asking, "So I'm betting you're curious as to what this is." And I just started wondering, how does his brain work? How does he have the script for this? Is this already done? Does he know how every conversation plays out? Is this like the result of every conversation he's had lately? People storming off and he's saying, "I hope you die." Is that how you live life? How?
Yeah.
And it was so weird. We were first very upset and like not scared, but like shook. Going,
yes,
there's people like that. Wow.
Right. And I feel
like in his like 60s.
But you know what? I feel like more than ever that kind of vibe is sort of resonating. Because I mean, driving on the freeways, I feel like people are angrier. Like I just feel like there's really angry tension that's sort of building up, and it's probably because we've been forced to be locked in our houses for the last 6 or 7 months. But I mean, you know, like there's still like this general decency that's quickly going out the water. It's insane how quick humanity goes straight to fucking like back to the barbarian days where it's just
Yeah.
like rocks and murder and
Confused
pillage.
Ungabunga noises, and then
Yeah, war, pillage, burn it down. It's quickly we devolve into survival instinct, and some people quicker than others. But that guy, that dude, I mean, that is a very jarring thing, and like I don't know if I could have kept my mouth shut, although I probably would have because I probably have been a little afraid because you know, like some big person who's acting all intimidating, you know that like, okay, you should keep your mouth shut. But crazy is a different type of intimidation, right? Like there's no,
is what will happen if this? Yeah,
yeah, we don't know
and
what
like
he
what?
has in his pants. We don't know if he has a weapon.
Yeah,
We don't know if he's like strong and wants to beat you up. You don't know.
or if he doesn't have any mercy or any barriers at all,
Yes.
if he'll just go ham, like
Mm-hmm.
yeah, man, it was. I mean, and he was rather short, and I'm 6'3".
Oh, geez. So you would.
So I didn't really feel intimidated by him, and
Yeah.
I used to wrestle, so I sort of feel, and I've like been.
You've been in a fight or two.
I'm fine in that regard. That like this older gentleman wishing my throat to be slit after 2.5 minutes of conversation, where he approached me,
Yeah.
which is for me also like the weirdest thing, going up to someone and talking to someone,
Yeah.
striking up a conversation at the end of that conversation, wishing for them to be dead. How does that happen?
Well, I mean, obviously he's very mentally disturbed, but it's just
Yeah.
like, is there a sort of
Hopefully, I'm hoping that he is,
Yeah,
but that he's challenged in some sort of way, or I
no?
don't know if
Is
that's the
that
phrase you should use. But if it
idea?
comes down to him having like a proper issue, and that is how this comes out, instead of him just being an evil person.
Right, yeah, because he could easily just be. You guys should clearly move to northern parts of Sweden. We don't know what you Southerners are doing down there, but
Guns, people heckling, stealing binders. Yeah,
yeah, they steal
the northern part of Sweden is really nice.
Oh.
I've heard.
Oh, so he's heard, but I hear they won't let you guys in. They're still not letting in the Southerners. Now, is that idea of like Sharia law and all that stuff? Is that sort of a narrative that's kind of being pushed there right now, like a right and left wing sort of thing?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So he's like one of the who's the bad guy, or who? No, I shouldn't say who's the bad guy. Who's the right and who's the left people that are sort of? Is there an election happening or something?
No. This is just general.
This is just general narratives.
This is just general forcing your opinion about making people scared of their neighbors.
Right, but there's a reason. But he heard it from somewhere, and he heard it from
he
from
was
the narrative that's being pushed.
He had an agenda.
Yeah,
he had an agenda, and he was asking us if we read alternative media.
Mm.
And if someone asks you if you use alternative media, you can go, "Thank you. I think we can close this conversation right here."
I'll be going now. Have a good day.
Yeah. I don't see how this will. We will find a bridge.
Have you ever heard of the dark web? There's some alternative media on the dark web. I think you should see. I have some literature that I'd like to send to you. Yeah. Okay. So
it is a thing happening. Yeah.
So some new music is coming. Reluctantly, it is coming. So when you're in the writing process, what do you look for when what is sort of your process of writing a song?
Guitar.
We are gonna end, guys. I promise. I'm just curious. I promise.
Guitar parts primarily.
So you start with your guitar.
I sit around noodling with guitar a lot during the days.
Okay.
And now I've been fortunate enough to through the wonders of my viewers, they bought me, or they donated money so I could buy a Focusrite 18E20.
Oh, nice.
i20. So now I have everything hooked up. I have the electric guitar. I have 2 line cables that goes to separate things. I have one mic over here. And I have this, and I have another condensator mic. So if I want to play a guitar, or if I come up with something, they also paid for my Ableton.
Oh, wow.
So I can just start Ableton and start recording a loop, and I can start playing over that. And Malin released a wonderful tutorial on how to use Ableton for looping.
Cool. Malin,
Malin's in chat.
they're a streamer too.
Yeah, she's a wonderful streamer.
Well, shout out Mountain.
Um,
Hold on.
so that is how my workflow is.
Cool.
So I make a lot of like snippets of guitar parts I like, and chord progressions and stuff like that.
Do you do
And then I
like?
sit around writing. Sorry.
Oh no. Do you do like looping and stuff? Do you like loop a beat and then sort of try to make like a chord
Yeah.
progression over it and then sort of
Yeah.
build on it?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Just mostly for practice. To practice my looping and try to improve my guitar playing.
Yeah. That helps.
But if it's just to writing songs, I just sit around until I find something that sounds interesting, and then I try to flesh that out. And then I have a whole catalog of sound snippets of guitar on my computer. And then I write lyrics, or if I'm writing like my diary, I write a phrase that I enjoy, and then I flesh that out, and then I could look into my pantry of guitar riffs or try to like conjoin those things and smooth them out.
I like that. You know who Woody Allen is? I mean, I'm sure you know who Woody Allen is. Woody Allen, he has ideas. He'll be sitting around for movie ideas, and he'll just have pieces of paper or like scrap paper, whatever it is, and he'll just write down like a couple words like fart pizza, and then he'll just take this piece of paper and he drops it into a fishbowl that's on his writing desk. And he just constantly and then he's like, this is how I write a movie. I just grab this. Okay, write a movie. And that's how he does it. And which is very cool. Like, I love people who know how their process works to a point where it's clockwork.
It all comes down to practice, as Pai said in the chat, that it's practice makes perfect.
Exactly.
And especially writing is, for me, a new thing. I wrote in 2012, and then I had a long hiatus and a writer's block. And now I come back to it, and now I'm trying to like find ways of doing it.
How many pandemic songs do you got? Also. How many Corona 19 songs? None? No Corona 19?
None, actually.
Corona 19 got me writing songs.
My Corona.
That was much better. So then the words come last, and
the words are the most important to me. Lyrics are, for me, like the most important thing with the songs.
And that's the hardest part, you think?
Yeah. Because I want to make them important enough.
Yeah.
That it's not just a waste of air or hard drive space.
I feel it. You know what?
I suffer from being too hard on myself as well.
That's okay.
And self-censoring.
There's a difference between being too hard on yourself and someone who's keeping their shit in check. Because someone who's if you're being too hard on yourself to the point where you're not doing the things that you want to do, then you're being too hard on yourself. But if you're constantly correcting yourself, looking at what you did wrong, focusing on that, trying to correct those, and you're really, really focusing, like, that's okay. That's part of being an obsessive artist, is obsessing about making it better. Nothing's ever going to be perfect. But my wife, who is a really wonderful writer, like, and she's just really profound. She can just write, she just sits down like, oh, okay. You're like, what?
It just comes.
Yeah, she could just do it. And she does it. She's done it so much now. But when it comes to her own stuff, for the last couple of years, she's kind of been in these blocks too. But she's sort of hit this idea where, like, it doesn't have to be the most profound thing you've ever said in your life. Just get it down on paper. And then she'll even look in thesaurus. She'll look in word generators and just get an inspiration like that. And now she's hit this level of writing that is fucking crazy. Like, I had no idea that she could say things like that and emote like that. And it was just such a huge jump from her last two songs that she wrote, like, by herself. We usually write together, but in these last few years, she's been wanting to write on her own, because why not? She's learned how to play a ukulele because she was a vocalist, and she learned an instrument. And so she's doing it, and she fucking kills it. And so it really, cool. You're right by saying that you have to practice writing. Like, even if it sounds like shit, even if you think it's stupid, even if you're like, if you hate it, but you wrote it and it's out because you have to get it out, and it's just doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it and doing it and doing it. And then, hey, do it again. You know, it's just, it's
fail
just
better.
constantly, always. But it's interesting how you can sort of hit these points where you do it so often that you know how your own mind works. And what's interesting about my wife is that she got so used to music and so used to performing and stuff that she felt unchallenged by it. And so then she went and became an actress, and then that challenged the shit out of her. So it's just for her, it's like, if I'm not afraid, that I'm not doing something worthwhile doing. And for me, if I'm afraid, it's like, get away, I don't want that. But I have to force myself.
Sort of like a clutch, I guess, for me.
Yeah.
Where you have to have the right amount of resistance to go and try to, or so you can use the throttle to get above the hurdle.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you
if that's
well, I do kind of get what you're saying, that you kind of need a kind of a push, or not a push.
Like Reina needs to have a challenge or something that really. That's why I applied for uni now as well, to challenge that part of the scholar or the academic part of me.
Yeah,
it will be fun to explore whilst singing songs.
Did you go to university?
No, not at all.
So this is your first shot at it?
My first run at 33.
Hey, fuck it, dude. Who cares, man? Yeah. I think it's great.
Yeah, it's better than doing it at 34. So.
Or 35.
Yeah, so the best time to plant a tree was yesterday. So or now, and
and hell yeah,
that old saying.
I love that. Okay, I think that's a good place to end our conversation about that. Let's end on a positive note on creativity and how Theo painstakingly writes music for you. So when you're in his stream, you think about that. He's in the back, line by line, writing it, sweating, just fretting, word by word for you. Don't forget that, chat. Let's play some games. You want to play a game, and then we'll cut you loose here?
This feels like the Saw thing. You want to play a game?
Do you want to play a game? It's pretty quick.
I like to play a game.
All right, let's play. How much does it cost on Craigslist? Let me get you set up before we do this. I keep messing around and mucking about here, so let me. We'll be right back, everybody. Did musical misfortune wheel of musical misfortune stop? Oh yeah, it did. Here, there you go. Enjoy some musical misfortune.
Some choice words.
All right, we'll be right back. Musical misfortune. Thank you for that woo. Appreciate it. All right, guys, we're coming back. We got the wheel. Oh, I didn't do anything. Sweet. Good job, Mike. You're really killing it. Oh, and not only did I not do anything, but I didn't do anything I was supposed to do in the first place. So we are not coming back at this second, but we will be back very shortly. Hold on. I'm just making it look nice, everybody. Okay, here we go. And we're back. And the name of the game is called How Much Does It Cost on Craigslist? I've recently become aware that Craigslist is not worldwide, so it's kind of an online person-to-person marketplace. Okay, so we're playing for We Speak English Good patch. We're playing for the Round Earth Club patch. We like that ass the same way we like our planet. Okay, and how about Skid Row? How about that? How about Skid Row? We're playing for these patches, everybody. We're playing 2 rounds of How Much Does It Cost on Craigslist, brought to you by ModedStudios.com. Go ahead and check out ModedStudios.com. Get all your patches, fully embroidered patches and a pearl. Okay.
Pearl?
A pearl? All right, guys.
Pearl. It's a pearl. Reina, have a great day. Thank you so much.
Bye, Reina. Thank you for. I know you have a meeting right now, so thank you guys. Thank you guys for hanging out. I know we're talking a while, but we're gonna play some games, win you guys some prizes. Let's make this thing worth it. Hold on. Let me get rid of that. Okay, first, so the rules of the game. Let me tell you what the rules are. So we're basically, it's like The Price is Right. We bid on an item, but you can go over. It's whoever is closest at the end of it. So you can go over or under. So here we go. First item up for bid. Here we are. Deer horn mirror. Now I know what you're thinking. What kind of monster is murdering deers to make a fucking mirror? Well, we'll read. Lovely large mirror made from forest gathered elk horns. There you go, folks. With some deer horns by local Idaho artist Kamiya. Measures 4 by 2 by 2.8 inches. These are inches, everybody. So, sorry for our friends overseas. And thank you for using dollars. US dollars, because that's what we are bidding in. So, okay, Theo, how much do you think this item costs?
So at least $150 for that.
At least 150. So Theo is going 150. Go ahead and drop your bids, everybody. Seuss84 says 500. I can't. Pahi? Is that how you say it? Pahi? I can't do this. I'm terrible at this. $99. Your favorite today, $732. Hate the Human Race says 2,000. Paw high. Thank you. I appreciate it. Paw high. Like I got my paws high.
$45 from Felsish? That seems low. For deer horn mirror? She's gathered these elk horns.
They gathered it from the forest.
The phrasing makes me wonder if she's gathered the elk horns and killed the deer for the horns. Gathered elk horns with some deer horns.
And then her next post is like, lots of deer meat. Plenty of deer. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, what we got here? Fel said 45. Mighty said 850. Not bad. Anybody else want to play? How much is it? We'll give you guys till the end of this tune right here. So go ahead and drop your bids if you want to win a patch at the end of the song.
Mirror alone for like $2.
I'm a scat man.
This is a jam.
Okay, guys, time is up. Let's see how much this item costs on Craigslist. And of course, I'm going to send out my... Oh, I did something. Oh my God. Why did I do that? Oh, I did a hotkey on my... All right, let's see how much... I'm going to do my trusty drum roll here. Actual retail price on Craigslist. $2,500. Hey! Oh my God, that's loud.
So hate the human race.
Hate the human race. Oh my God, you did it again. Hate the human race. Hate comes in here every time during game time and cleans up shop. Congrats, Hate. Let me know what patch.
Spent a long time crazy. That's a classic deer horn mirror, man. Those doesn't go below 2,000 anytime.
You never see those under 2,000.
It's a rarity, man.
Hey, let me know what you want. I still owe you a patch. I haven't mailed anything out from last time, so we'll get you both your patches. Let me know which one you want out of the ones I showed earlier. These ones. There. Did you see that? There it is. All right. Here we go. Next item up for bid. Antique one-horse open sleigh. Yes, they put that in.
Is dog included?
The dog. Maybe. Let's read. Circa ho ho ho. That's how it opens. Circa 1900 Wisconsin Carriage Company, Janesville, Wisconsin. 2-person cutter with shafts, lateral and longitudinal leaf springs. Sound and serviceable. Stored inside, antique coal foot warming included. Ooh.
Just antique foot warmer is worth at least $100.
Exactly. You don't find those for under $100. Theodore, how much does this item cost on Craigslist?
$4,500.
That was quick, son. 4.5K for the big man. Let's see your favorite today. 13,456. Seuss says $5,000. Pa High says $399. Fell says $4,500. Oh, Fell, you're just gonna go $4,500 too. You're not even gonna try to make it a different one. That's okay. Once you put the cost in, once you put your bid in, that's it. So no change in bids. And Round Planet, please. Yeah, you got it, baby. You got it. Let me see here.
About $350.
About $350. Let's see. We got 3,500 from Mighty Mighty. Hate says 5,250. Which, by the way, everybody, let's take time to enjoy Hate the Human Race's name. I love his name. And it's because there's not enough love in the world. That's why. All right. Dude Collins Music says $3,750, and Fell changed her bid, which I just told you not to, giggling wife. Or is that... That's okay, though. That's okay. Fell, it's all right. Since you're the wife of the big man, we're going to let it slide, and we're going to count it. All right, guys. Drop your bids if you want to play. You have until the end of this song. All right, that's enough out of you guys. Yeah, I know I said no, Sega. I know I said it at the beginning of the show. But my son likes Sonic, so what do you want from me, all right? All right, guys, let's find out how much this costs on Craigslist. And, of course, we got to have our drum roll. Drum roll, please! Oh, my God, that's not even coming through, is it? Oh, my God. None of those were coming through. I had it muted. All right. Here we go. $1,500, everybody. Who got that? I think everybody was shooting for the...
What?
It was $1,500.
Was that cheaper than the mirror?
Yeah, I think so. You can't get an antique one-horse open sleigh for under $1,500, bro. Can't.
Wow.
Who got it? I think I just saw Saucy Chicken Nugget run by. No, he didn't. Let me see. Who? 37, dude, maybe. 5. No, that's definitely not it. Maybe 399. Which one's closer, guys? I'm an idiot. Which one is closer? To 1,500? Is it 3,500 or is it 39.99 or 399? 399 is closer. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you so much. I'm literally an idiot, so I appreciate your help. Let's see. So 399. All right, yeah. So Seuss, right? Or who won? Who won that? 3,500. Oh, Mighty. Oh no. Paw High. Paw High won. Congratulations, Paw High.
Where's this one?
Paw High. Please do. I don't want to win. Oh, you just wanted the conversation to end. Okay. Well,
here for the glory.
We do math good. Thank you, Dude Collins. I appreciate that. Okay, then who's next? Then you can gift it to whoever you want, Paw High. That is the rules. You must gift it to someone else. Sorry. Them's are the rules. So please let me know if you want to gift it. If you don't want any prizes, that's fine. You don't have to say anything, and it can just go to nobody.
You're a winner, Ari.
Okay. Well, I appreciate. Let me get you off of. Let's stop this sharing now. Here, let's get this back. There we go. There he's back. Oh no, God, why does it have to get out of here? Theodore, thank you so much for being on the show. I appreciate you sitting here for the last almost 3 hours of your life. I'm sure you have to use the restroom.
This is brilliant.
I think you're brilliant. I love your stream. I love what you're doing. I'm looking forward to your original music, even though you hate writing it. And
I love having it, but I hate writing it.
Yeah, there's something about just having the work.
It's like exercise.
Yeah.
It's fun having muscles, but it sucks working for them.
The worst. I hate it. I hate it. I do, but yeah. All right, Theodore. Thank you so much, my friend. I'll be seeing you in stream, and please do keep just being awesome, bro. Just keep being awesome.
You too, man.
And stay sober, I guess. If you want. If you want. I mean, if you want. Yeah, and everybody go Theo, follow. Thank you, Hate the Human Race. I appreciate that. And I think most of the people in here are your people anyway. So let's see. What did I make it? It's there. So all of his stuff is there. If you're not following this man, please do. Go get yourself some love. We'll raid in a second. I'm going to play a couple tunes for you guys. So stick around. I know not everyone's used to how this works. So I'm going to let Theodore go, and then we're going to come back. We're going to play a couple songs, and we'll call it a day. Theodore, thank you so much. I appreciate it, my friend, and I will see you soon.
Thank you, buddy.
All right, man.
See you soon.
Peace.
Have a good one.
Peace out, brother. All right, guys. We'll be right back. How about some more musical misfortune? I love that. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, yeah. But what do you guys think of that? I know a lot of you guys are here from Theo's stream. I hope you enjoyed our conversation. Did you guys get anything or glean anything from that conversation?